Yes, people, welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. I hope you're all doing well. It's a draw, and we don't have too much to complain about. Whether you think, yeah, we got a draw because Erling Haaland was because he wasn't. You could argue it was an off day for him. It doesn't matter. We could have won too. We had too many. We had enough chances that had we been clinical in front of goal, it'd been a win for us. So I'll take it. I'm not going to complain too much, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't talk about the negative and the positives. But for me, a good result for us, given who we played against and how well we did on the day. We took it to them just like we did in the first game, and also added to the fact that we were, you can say, positionally, we showed positional discipline, and that did go a long way for us. And the first person to comment this evening for you, and still morning for me because it's still 11:40 a.m. and that's Glenn, my bro, Glenn 10 saying should have won that game. Don't get more wrong. Still take a point instead of nothing, but it feels like a loss. That's because, yeah, had we been clinical, we could have won. I think I agree with you. Some questionable subs leaving us out of for City to lay the pressure on us. That didn't work either. Casado, for me, shouldn't have finished that game. Let's start from that. Indeed, the subs again, not the best. I agree with that one. Let's see. The C man of the match. I cannot believe they didn't. Marco Rodri on edge of the box was a Gallagher's responsibility all game. So not sure how you leave that guy alone. And we did talk about that. They are excellent at taking good shots out of the box. And I think Roger and I did talk that during the pregame show. Because we have the East, the Gist, the Chelsea Mitchell boy is in the house. I appreciate you all. My soundboard isn't working at this point. But here's the thing. If you haven't, go check out Chelsea Mitchell boy's YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and let him know I sent you. Let's help him get to 2,000 subscribers as soon as possible. Pretty even in the end. Draw, probably fair result, but yeah, can feel like a loss. That's because, yeah, we played well enough and created good enough chances that had we been clinical in front of goal, should be a win for us. So, but we take that. I predicted a draw, and Mitchell Boy should probably start looking for a buyer for his cat that told us he was going to end 3-1 Chelsea or 3-0, did he say? Big up to you, Phil. How does Mudryk not get onto the pitch? Well, when we sitting back and countering, that's another question to ask the manager. And I'm just going to leave it that he's the one that trains with them day in, day out. And maybe something isn't quite right with Mudryk. He liked him. I just don't know what happened. Let's see what else we have here. Big up, Coachella, DJ, you're on the panel. So I'm going to move on to the next comment there. A good result, but Poch bottled it in the second half. Too many negative changes apart from Nkunku. The only change I wanted to see at the time was Casado, and that was a huge risk letting him finish last game, in my opinion. Let's see. Because Mudryk has nothing to add to the game period. Vic, okay, let's see if that's how you see. Much deserved point, although we had clear-cut chances to win, but hands up to these kids. They did well, in my opinion, but the changes are still questionable. I have to say that. Let's see what else we have. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Big up, coach. We played well, and I thought the lad, talk about the lads given everything. They did so today. Spirited performance. We wanted to win. If anything, the manager's approach is what I'm questioning. Mudryk has been rubbish for 13 months, yet you expect a miracle. You're hoping he might do something. No tactical logic to introduce Mudryk for the runs. He has no defensive abilities. Here's the thing. I'm going to say this. Tactically or anything, I think Mudryk, at times when he did well, I don't think he's been rubbish for 13 months. Do I think again, he didn't do well in the last few games that he got the opportunity to play. But the question is, why didn't the manager reward him with his performances in games that he did very well? It's that simple, really, in my opinion. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. It's the Arsenal match all over again, but I will take the points as no one really expected us to win. Yep. A lot of people expected us that we will be, again, the Man City will use us to mop the Etihad carpet. That didn't happen. But Jay, nice to see you. Mudryk is way better defensively than Sterling. However you want to see it, but the question is, I'm glad we came out with a draw. Could have gone either way. We could have won. They could have won too. If we are in possession or could retain it, that's different. If we don't have the ball, Mudryk is useless. Wow. Chelsea, absolutely love you, Blues. Love you too. Smart. You again. Nice to see you. Big up the Gist, Scotch Potch. Nice to see you, bro. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Vic, so we didn't keep attacking on counter. Okay, have a good conversation with him there. City are so bad this season. Chelsea fumbled on many chances. Mustafa, I disagree. We had a good game and could have won. We are built to lose the game, but we got a draw. Yet some people, here's the thing: that will always be the case. I'll take the draw. Yeah, that's because our performance actually shocked me. We did very well, and at one point kept the ball effectively, and they couldn't do nothing about it in those times. Yep. Just have a good conversation. I don't think there's any need to fight. We disagree, and that's why we're here to have a good conversation. Present your opinion. I'll present my counter opinion. You can say we should refrain from terms that will come across as if we're taking things personal or something like that. Keep the argument. Everybody, you're all allowed again to present your respective opinions. Please, let's not take anything personal here. Disasi wasn't from you weren't familiar with his game, but I've always known he's a good player. Chelsea would have 3-0 up. But here's the thing. One thing I knew before time is that a game, this was you can say a game that the whole world was behind us. Arsenal fans, Liverpool fans, I think more teams actually. Most of us use the same thing. If you has different glasses on. Miss Melina, my good friend, is in the house. Nice to see you, Miss Melina. I appreciate you finding the time to join. I know you're celebrating with us today. It wasn't a win, but a draw. You take it, which means City dropped 3 points. But nice to see you, my good friend. I hope you're doing well. Coach, before the game, I predicted this game to be a draw. And when I was forced to make a prediction, I did say it ends in a draw. But I thought there'd be more goals than just a 1-1 draw. City got lucky with that deflection. You could say that. And I'm not going to blame Chalobah for that deflection. There's little he could do. And you could argue also the fact that he hasn't played for a while. I wouldn't blame him for that. But the changes for me, Casada, the first should have been the first to leave the pitch. It was a huge risk. He was ineffectual to the rest of the game, in my opinion. Big up to you too, Prince Boaz. Nice to see you. Let's start with you, Francis, Dave. Your opinion of the game. You can say your overall preview with a minute or two so that we can move on to other panelists. And then maybe later in the game, we'll come with specific questions.
Yes, good afternoon, good morning to
Big up to you, brother.
Watching this game, I would say you can see the lack of experience from the 70th minute, because I would have preferred that we kept the ball and we would have kept possession or something, because from the 70th minute you could see all we started doing was clearing the ball, playing long balls, playing long balls. But we could have stolen some time to open them more up to score another second goal or even a third goal. So Pochettino, for me, right, we will take the point, but in between Pochettino or the Chelsea squad that we have, there's a reason maybe why we started just clearing the ball. Because if we are a mature squad around the 70th minute, and when we leading by 1-0, and you playing at Manchester City, City will come and cause us a lot of troubles, and we should have used that opportunity second half to attack them while they let a lot of space behind them instead of just defending. But beside that, it was all a good game. It was all a good game.
Yeah,
so I will let
we took it to them and we played really well. So I'll come back to you with a more specific question, and from you I have to go. The next person is DJ. So, DJ, didn't know whether you went to the game today or something. Is DJ next? I think DJ joined next. I know, even if that isn't the case, I know my brother Phil will understand. DJ, what do you make of the game? Why didn't we win this one? Because it was us to lose had we managed the game well, in my opinion. But I need to watch it again to have a good conclusion as to why the game ended the way it did. But let's hear you, DJ. What do you make of the performance overall? The manager subs and everything. Let's hear you. A minute or two with your review of the game.
Yeah, big up to you, good chiller. Big up to everyone in the panel, and obviously big up to Chris. It's been a while since I've spoken to him. I think he came on. I think I used to see him on other streams, but it's good to actually see him here anyway. Listen.
Who exactly?
The guy who just spoke earlier on, was that Chris?
Oh, okay. Phil. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, Phil.
Francis, so to speak. Francis.
Is it Francis?
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. No,
yeah,
listen. The reason. Yeah, good game. Obviously, I'm happy we got a draw, but at the same time, I'm also a bit disappointed because I thought, we more or less we know what Manchester City are all about, especially at home. They're going to attack and attack and attack, and And at the end of the day, we took the lead. Okay, they were coming on to us, but I just felt in the second half, his subs again. I'm not going to knock the manager and call him this and that and call him out for things, but all I'll say is I just thought his substitutions were slightly negative. When you're seeing Chalobah coming on and he's putting 5 at the back, you just more or less know they're just going to defend right through to the game. And there are times when we could have just broken them and got a goal. You had Nkuku up there. I mean, I think Cole Palmer coming off was a big mistake for me personally. I thought he was making things happen because every time he got the ball, he was finding passes, and his passes were always excellent passes, getting others getting others to go and score goals. But he comes off, and we went completely negative, and City were just coming, and I just said it's just going to be a matter of time before they get the goal. And okay, it was a lucky deflection. I'm not going to blame Chalobah for that. Okay, it was, like you said, it was a deflection. The goalkeeper couldn't do nothing about that. But I just kept on thinking every time we kept on giving the ball, kicking it back up, giving the ball back to them, letting them come onto us, like your last colleague, like the last guy just said. If we only kept the ball a little bit more and done more with the ball, I think we could have maybe got them on the break and got a goal. And why I thought Mudryk would have probably been handy in this game. I know Vic has got his opinions about Mudryk. All right, defensively, I think he's better than Sterling personally. But if he'd come on, just give him the ball. He's got the pace. He can run. He can, especially these defenders are now getting tired. Yeah. He's just the kind of guy to just come on, or Madueke, or one of those two, just to come on and cause some problems, and maybe make something for Manchester to think about. But hey, overall, it was a draw. Can't complain. It's better than a loss. And we move on to the final next week.
Yeah, Phil, let's hear you. It was Houston. I'll take the draw, but it feels like a lot, just like a lot of people in the chat have said, and that's because we had the opportunity to even, you could say, close down this game in the first half alone, but we were wasteful as usual. Nothing new there. Let's come to you, Phil, with a minute or two. Let's hear your observations from the game. Why didn't we win this one? I think that's the way to put it, because we led for the majority of the game and had chances to actually put away the game earlier on, and we didn't. But let's hear you.
Yeah, big up, coach. Big up the panel as well.
Big up, Phil, my bro. And thank you once again for always finding the time to join. Let's hear your observations from the game.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure, coach, just being here. First off, I think we need to stop all this negativity. We need to give these young players the credit they deserve, because no one actually had a thought that we're going to go to City and win, and let alone come back with a draw. Everyone was going to say we're going to go and get battered there. So we need to give these kids a bit of credit. One thing which I can say right now, which I've seen that the players that we have, they might be young, they're not experienced. However, with time, they're going to get better. Because if you see the way we made Manchester City dormant, we blocked that middle part where they usually like attacking with, and we made them very, very useless. It was only that deflected goal which they got, which made us not go out with all the 3 points. So personally, I feel like we need to give these young guys a bit of credit. And also we need to give Pochettino a bit of credit, because I know a lot of people will come out and say the changes that we made were not actually good. Of course, they were not too good. But when you're playing a team like City, you don't need to be attacking for 90 minutes, because any small chance they get, they are going to punish you. And it's going to show that, when you are attacking most of the time, at the back, it's going to be much more open. That's why Poch had to make that substitution to make a big 5, which is going to make them a bit dormant. So at some point, I feel like the players, we need to give them a bit of credit, and Poch too, because he needs to rest some of these players so that when we play the final next week, we have fresh players as well. So for now, I think the point is deserved. I was not happy with the point, of course, but I think we rather deserve it because we weren't clinical enough. We had some clear-cut chances, but, it's actually better than coming home without anything. And we're back at 10th again, so it is what it is.
Yeah, indeed. And thank you so much for being brief there. I'm going to give those in the chat the microphone and then come back to the panel and bring in Roger to hear his opinion of the game. If you're following the show on Facebook, on Instagram, or maybe X, formerly known as Twitter. I hope you can see the message on the screen. That's no joke. We do it whenever we can. I've been footing the bill myself out of pocket, but this time I think we've gotten enough donations this month to make sure that happens by the time we get the first one for the year happens by the time we get to the to next month. But that's, by the way, I was here. I said hello to my good friend Miss Melina. I know he should be celebrating our win, our draw. Big up to you, to my assistant Santiago Muno. Nice to see you there. Anybody else? Just saying hello there. And Frank Akoboa Koro says that this was a match that we should have won by 2 goals. Yeah, at least. Yeah, I agree with you. But I'll take the draw. Big up another top member on the panel. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We invited the pressure more with the changes, and we did talk about that during the pregame show. And the last thing you want to do against Man City is defend deep. It's something they're used to. Their thing is to beat teams that play like that and beat them handsomely. You can argue again. Yeah. So let's just leave it at the fact that we brought the pressure on ourselves. I played into their hands, like you said, DJ. Yep. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Kim, so hello and nice to see you. I appreciate you. And he says, disgusted with the draw. We deserve the win. I see it like that too. Things are changing. At least in two games in a row have ended in a draw. That's a good sign. After all, they've beaten us 8 times before the last 2 games we played against them. So I'll take that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Yes, we should have given Poch a tiny amount of credit, but just tiny. At least you're giving him some. So if I were Poch, I'd take that. Which player won man of the match? Disasi should, in my opinion, but it looks like it was Rodri. The equalizing goal usually are valued more. It has to take something special. Yeah, it's an equalizing goal, and the game ended 1-1. So most likely, I don't know, but this is for Fort Mob, 8.2 rating. You could say he's the one that won man of the match. And Bernard, Upon, nice to see you. Big up, Chad, and that's Tiger, Big Tiger, nice to see you. Anything else to address here? And we have Miller saying, where's Chelsea on Premier League table right now? Still 10th. I think we started the game in 10th position and we're still in 10th position. Yeah. We was started in 11th position, Roger?
When the game started, we were in 11th.
Okay, so we're now 10th. So yeah, so the 2 positions we've been alternating between 10th and 11th. The Tiger is back. Yep, Tiger, nice to have you back in the house. Probably been busy with other things, priorities. Let's be honest. They're very good point. And from that panel, and anyone I spoke to say we will beat them. We will be beaten 6-0. Yep, I agree with you. Jackson miss, and again, I'm not going to throw Jackson away for that miss. He got an assist. Plus, we've always known Jackson these days better up on the flanks, but for some reason, maybe Nkunku isn't fully fit. The manager decided to play Jackson up top. Let's see anything else we have here. Poch needs to be given time. Look at Poch at Sports. It took him 2 seasons to get UEFA Champions League football for Sports. Same could happen to Chelsea in 2 seasons. We can hopefully qualify for the Champions League. Okay, I hope he gets that if that's what he needs. But I have my opinion, and I'm not going to get into that right now. Let's maintain such performances and improve our goal scoring tally. Chelsea will get better, but Poch must demand that from the boys from Ghana. My bro there, nice to see you, Joseph Marfo. But by the way, Joseph, Nigerian jollof is still better than Ghanaian jollof. Let me make that point before I continue. But we're not going to fight here. We're brothers. we're West African brothers. But more importantly, Joseph, feel at home, express yourself. All we ask of you is just to be, keep it civil. We are not Spurs. We're not Spurs, and I think I agree. And I'm starting to see things from that perspective, in my opinion. But Kim, so more importantly, do you have a girlfriend yet? You haven't told us. We want to know. You told us when you were searching, so better tell us now. We need an update, since you were the one that decided to tell us that you were looking for one, and it was difficult finding one. Kim's coming with the violence. I agree. Anything else we have here? Our youngsters showed some good mentality. Yeah, we could have won too. So I give them credit. Let's see anything else we have here. We've lost. We haven't lost 3 games in a row. Yeah. Why City players don't get yellow cards for dissent? Dissent. Yeah, I'm not too sure. The Souza, nice to see you. I appreciate you all. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Mine's better than yours, Coach. Nope, nothing changed. Okay, good luck with the search. Oh my goodness. Nigerian jollof is better than Ghanaian jollof, coach. That's just you. Let's ask our brother Joseph. Let's wait for his response there. So Roger, let's come to you. Your a few minutes to review the game before we'll become very specific with the questioning soon. But let's hear your observations from the game.
My observations: the ref blew the whistle. We kicked the ball.
Your review of the game.
Listen, I want to say first of all, hello everybody. By the way, DJ, you know I respect you immensely, sir. But I kind of interpret the substitutions in a little bit of a different manner. I understand where you're coming from. I was a bit befuddled by Palmer. I would have taken off Caicedo and put Gallagher in a more deeper lying position. You know, so I get that. I do concede that. But bringing on a third centre back, listen, it was only a matter of time whether we went to a back five or not that they probably would have scored, because of the fact that they are, shall we say, very clinical. They had an off day. They could have scored at least one or two more goals. Let's be honest here. I thought Nkunku, I thought he was, for all intents and purposes, he was negated. He wasn't really relevant for the game, and it didn't suit his kind of game. I was pleased with Casadei. I thought he won his aerial battles. I thought his imposing physique was a factor aerially also at times.
At least he unsettled Man City players. He didn't make it.
His physicality. I thought Disasi was hands down man of the match. He dominated the box. I was disappointed with Colwell on a couple of occasions. Not so much the aerial, but it's his positioning. Technically, he wasn't sound. You know, especially when you look at their number 9 missing that in the second half. Haaland's chance was an open goal and he missed it. Colwell was not only the wrong side of him, but positionally, sense-wise, he was also behind him. You should not be facing the goal in that instance. You should be pushing off. Do you see what I'm saying? He was positionally, technically, on 2 counts on the wrong side of the ball. So I thought at times we did well. I thought Sterling, if you look at Sterling's chance when he had a great save by Henderson, that was an open goal. He just puts it a little bit past him, and that's in the net. It's time and time again. He could have got a hat trick tonight, Sterling, and he should have. Let's be honest here. I thought Jackson missed this chance, and this is what we talked about at half time. If we drop points today, we only have ourselves to blame. We're not clinical enough. Honestly, I'm trying to think. To be honest with you, you could see our players were tiring the last 7 to 10 minutes. It was. It took our toll. You know, they had 71% possession. And I don't subscribe to DJ's theory. We could have scored on the break. We had opportunity upon opportunity. If we're clinical and we're an elite team, yeah, I would agree with you. But because of the fact that on an average day we miss so many chances, like we did the first half, there was no guarantee that we were going to score our chances. So I thought being more pragmatic was the way to go. That's at least my opinion anyway, which doesn't count for much, but that's how I saw the game. We scored six. We're all
entitled to our respective opinions. Yeah, go ahead.
We had 6 shots on target to their 5. I know one of ours was like a very weak attempt, but for all the chances they had, they were not on good form today. They didn't have their shooting boots on. So I thought we were a little bit fortuitous in that regard. But, you know, it would have been nice to come away with 3 points. And unfortunately, we rued the day that we missed our first half chances. And that's our MO, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Nothing new there. But I'll come back with more specific questions. Let's go to JC's on the panel. Just let's hear your with a minute or two. Let's hear your review of the game overall. The questions aren't that specific right now, but you could go with why we didn't win this game, because we led for majority of the period of the game and could have scored more. But let's hear you. Why do you think we didn't win that one? If that's how you want to take it, but we want your review of the game within a minute or two. But thank you for joining us on the panel. More importantly, let's hear you.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, hi.
Hello,
Coach,
hello to you
normally,
too.
I mean,
You're standing really
nor-
nice. Let's pay attention to how that progresses. Go ahead.
yeah, normally, I mean, when I come to panel, it's always like what watch is going to take out from the players and what the watch will take out from the fans and everybody. So today, I would like to give him flowers, and genuinely, I I I. I was thinking, can we have two managers for the
Just
season?
quickly, JC. Just quickly. How
Yeah.
do we know that that's JC speaking? No, that's not an impersonation, right? Wow.
Well,
All right, go ahead.
Rogers, I would say like that. Rogers said a lot of good conclusions, but I don't agree with his argumentation. So I will try to put my argumentation. But
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
today agree. I agree with Rogers, and I will remind Roger why Roger is leaving back his formula, which applies more than any day today. I mean, but okay, we will come to that very quickly. I think we should give flowers to Poch. He sets up. We should have two managers: one manager for the games against City and another manager for the rest of the games.
Here.
That's true. That's true.
But go ahead. That's a good one. Go ahead, JC.
I mean, if you look, like, the setup was fantastic. There were battles all over the pitch, but the setup was fantastic. Gallagher had Rodri harassed in his pocket, always like a bee roaming around, always. Rodri didn't perform to the levels he can, and thanks mainly to Gallagher, I would say. Gusto was fantastic. He also annulled the threat of Doku. And Chilwell was doing very well with Walker, I would say. But man of the match for me would
Defensively
be,
and offensively, Chilwell was brilliant.
yes, yeah, indeed. And for those who are saying, like, come on, I mean, the Poch substitution, the first one was not defensive. He went for Jackson for Nkunku, which was like for like, and hopefully Nkunku will finish something. But if you will see, Manchester City brought only one substitution, and that was after Nkunku came on, and that was like plan B, which usually is of Pep Guardiola. Like you will start to have more crosses, and they have on the right side Foden and Walker. But on the left side, there was only Doku. So he put in David Silva. So there will be overlapping, which Ake does not do. So you have two sides stretching with crosses coming in. And if you have Disasi being pulled to cover for Gusto, it's a problem. They will score. So he put in Chalobah and made it a back five. Tactically spot on. Absolutely what he should have done. I admire the way he did for that, and the reaction was like he saw what David Silva, where he's gonna play, what he's doing, and he adjusted for that. And this is football. I mean, we should have scored. Now, I will say is what I was surprised Roger didn't say his mantra, which should have been said today. We didn't execute all our chances, and City didn't execute all their chances, and it was a fair result, 1-1, and the defenses were. City's defense was a little bit more open, but our defense was rock solid. Okay, the goal came, but the goal came because we were already back five, and Kasade just came as a substitution, and probably he should not have left Rodri on top of that D alone to take a shot. Gallagher was on the left side. Kasade was on the side where Rodri was. So had he been not so backed up, he would have probably blocked it better. But okay, I mean, you can never read these small things, and you cannot make out any judgments out of all this. It was a fantastic game. And for all those who are saying it was boring, negative, and all, if you are going and saying, bring us Mourinho, how can you say that was boring football? It was living on the edge. It was rock solid defense. I enjoy it. That's why I say Mourinho, no problem. I enjoy it. And that was a solid defense. The goal came from a deflection, fair enough. But it was a very good defense. And I was enjoying it. That's also football. And fair enough.
All right, thank you, JC. I hope your decks. Yeah, go ahead.
Poch should get
Go ahead if you haven't dropped.
flowers for today. And Caicedo, come on, these are not 5-year-old kids. He knows he is on a yellow. He will manage it, and we have to be more brave. Let him be on the. He's important, and we do not have anybody to substitute him right now. Lavia is not there. Roguchuku is not there. He stays on the pitch. And Poch, you cannot blame Poch for that. Absolutely no. And he's not a 5-year-old kid going after yellow cards. He knows how to behave after that, getting that yellow card. You cannot blame Poch for that. Poch gets flowers today. Fantastic management, game management.
All right.
We should have 2 managers, one for the City game, which is Poch, and one for the rest of the teams.
Here's something I'm going to say quickly. I hope your desk is okay. You've been hammering it every time you want to make a different point. You hammer your deck so hard. I hope it survives today. Here's where I have an issue with you trusting the player not to make a mistake to get the second yellow. Sometimes you put in an innocent tackle and the referee sees it differently. Boom, you get a second yellow. That's why I was concerned, not because of his playing ability. That's a different issue altogether. We know why he's struggled in that position.
Going down to 10 players is not a loss as well. I mean, you still haven't lost the game.
All right. I understand your argument there. Let me give those in the chat the microphone, and then I'll come back to the panel, and we'll hear from every other people. And somebody in the chat, please educate Dante about the jollof rice war between Ghana and Nigeria, and he's bringing Australia into that, saying Australia jollof is the best, and he doesn't even know what jollof is, and what's jollof is asking next 2 lines. But that's by the way, Chelsea FC played well, but they need to be more serious to score goals. Okay, Mr. Chukwu, thank you for that. Let's see anything else we have here. Thank you. Some people are educating him. Big up Legend Roger, and we have a piece of Pep. He's not going to be happy. He played some mind games and it didn't work today. He was pissed after that goal. They considered they could have been again, had we been clinical on the day at the time. By the time what's his name, Starling scored that goal, we'd be 3 goals up. But I'll take the draw. In my opinion, we played very well. I'll take that. Chelsea should focus on good number 9. Maybe that would be the case, Mr. Kojo. We have West Africans here. They add secret ingredients. And you don't want to hear some of the ingredients, but that's those ones. The ingredients I have in mind is something you could say it's a myth, really. Great performance. Need this on Saturday. We do need that. Adebayo Mark Jr., nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Yeah. Well said, Roger. Ball was a bit behind Jackson. Needed to take a touch, and Ederson sees that's his game. And here's the thing: the first touch wasn't actually bad. It was just a finish. Dinking it would have been better, but I'm not going to give him sticks. He had a good game overall, in my opinion. Big up to you too, Joshua Dan. Nice to see you. It's been a minute. I hope you're doing well. Jackson is such a good winger. Yep. But not the number 9. He's excellent at fulfilling the wing role. I agree with you, my bro there. Let's see anything else we have here. JC, Constantine, did JC disappoint you? He went against everything you said today in the chat. And I even had to ask to be sure we don't have an impersonator on the panel. But yeah, I know JC can be objective when he needs to be. And thank goodness, yeah, I'm shocked I'm alive. Yeah. But we move on. Even Gallagher did well, according to JC, not me. How do I join the chat? The panel, you mean? Hit me up via Twitter, and I'll send you the link. We have no plans to share the link in the chat today. Jackson reminds me of Tammy Abraham up front, but as a winger, he's decent. As a winger, in my opinion, he's excellent. He has a lot that he does well, but finishing is not his forte, for lack of a better language. Yeah, we all feel the same, Mr. Maxwell. That's because we had enough chances. You can say that you can argue we could have won. First sub was okay. Yep, you could argue that though. And yes, we finally seen Poch make in-game adjustment. That worked. I think he worked, but I'm still, again, no need saying that Caicedo should have been soft. He finished the game and he didn't get a second yellow, but that always a risk, no matter how you see it. Let's see what else we have here. But this only applies to, okay, remember that. Let's see what else we have here. Anything else? His magic, Mauricio Pochettino. I'd be shocked if I didn't see, if we don't see, what's the name? If we don't see Jerry Z in the chat, bigging up Poch, give him credit. I think he did well. He set up well, and he worked. We didn't just go with intensity. Positional discipline was also key on the day. He did well, and Jerry C, nice to see you, Jerry. I hope you're doing well. Share the link YouTube channel so people can go check it out. And I have a recording coming up with JC. I hope you guys pay attention to when that comes out. I think you will enjoy it. It will be you can say it will be interesting. Coach, I get it. Yeah. So you get where I'm going. Every nation has food wars. Yeah. Let's see. I get it now. Chelsea are destined to fail. Wow. Really? After saying it was a good result, Gallagher did not mark early. He failed where the Blues. Okay, that's just your opinion anyway. Jackson can play all the front positions except the number 9. He can still play there, but he's going to miss a lot of chances. Of course, Jersey turns up like magic. Oh, yeah, we won. I'd be shocked if he doesn't turn up. If he didn't show up. Let's hear you, Tiger Beast. I told you every time I see you, the first thing that comes to mind is Tiger Direct, a website I don't even know if it still exists, where I like to purchase electronics, especially PCs. But let's hear you, Tiger. Welcome back. It's been a minute. I hope your absence means simply it's reflective of the fact that you've been busy and nothing has happened on your end. But let's hear your review of the game with a minute or two. Why didn't we win this one, to be more specific? Let's hear you, Tiger, if you're there.
Yeah, coach. Big up to the esteemed panel. Big up to you. Big up to the chat. And
Big up to you too.
yeah, it's all well. It's all blessings over here. Yeah, I've been very busy with the exams, and I'll be busy for the upcoming months as well. So, but I got some time today to.
How did that go? How's it going so
Yeah,
far?
the exams went well. Exams went well, but I have few of them remaining. So yeah, it's schedule. The schedule is jam packed, but I got some time. I got some time today, and I was like, okay, let's wake up one night and watch a Chelsea game, because I have not watched the previous games. I've only watched the highlights in the morning. And this night, I was not disappointed when I finally chose to watch it. Overall, I think why we didn't win it, because to be very fair, before the game, everyone I saw on Twitter was predicting a loss, a thrashing, a clapping, whatever adjective you want to assign to, getting beaten by a treble winning team at their home away. So I never thought that this match was something that we should have won at the first place. Going into this match, the whole fan base was of that opinion that either we are going to lose it very badly, or at the best case scenario, we are going to draw. And now the best case scenario has finally happened. We have drawn against the treble winners. And this is the second time we have drawn against the treble winners in a season. And with a team which no one actually rates. And with a manager who was on the verge of, getting sacked like how many matches ago? 4, 5 matches ago. And he's still not the first choice of 95% of the fan base. People want him to go in summer if they don't want him to go immediately. So this is how I look at the match, that I have not seen a better first half this season. It was one of our best defensive performance this season that I have seen. Disasi was absolutely brilliant. I could never have imagined that I will say this, but I saw some glimpses of that Rudiger tenacity in him, that 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 zeal to stop the ball, stop the attacking play from the opposition, and holding your area and commanding that position of a center back. That was brilliant to see. Um, so and overall the midfield, and how composite it was, how we held the game in the first half. And when I actually missed like 10 or 15 minutes of the first half, but as I switched on my television at some, I guess, 23 or 24th minute, and I saw City has still not scored, I inferred one thing, that this game is going to be good. Because if City has not scored in the first 20, 30 minutes, either you are doing a fabulous job, or either City is having a really bad day. And it was a former one. And I'm really happy with today's game. I mean, if anyone is not happy with what we just saw, I mean, I don't have words to say.
Listen,
Yeah.
yeah. I get that feeling. Sometimes when you draw a game, if you had the opportunity, again, if the case is that had you, if had it been, had we
Yeah,
been
coach,
clinical
but it's
that we
Man
win on the
City.
day, it always feels as a loss. But go ahead with what you were saying.
Yeah, no, coach, but the point of context is, see, I was ranting on Twitter, and maybe I was also on your stream. I don't recall it so much of other things right now, but
No, you weren't here during the pregame show.
no, not here. In the Middlesbrough game, I was, I guess, in the Preston game, in the Middlesbrough game, I think I was also ranting,
Mhm.
right? Why we have drawn. Even in the Luton game when we won 3-1, I was ranting that this is not the performance we expect. Because the context was that we are playing like this against a Luton Town, against a Preston Championship team, against a Borough Middlesbrough Championship team. This is Man City. This is treble winning Man City, and not treble winning Man City as of 6 years or 5 years old. This is latest treble winning Man City, and they're again chasing the treble in this season as well. It's not their worst season. They are again on that post 25th of post Christmas run of title chase that we always talk about. That Man City takes on that title chase and then they win the title. So, in that kind of a run, when you draw Man City away, and again, a big context that people need to understand. Was an away game, not a Stamford Bridge game. So when you draw treble winners away, that's not the same as say drawing a Bournemouth or a Preston or a Luton Town or a mid-table team or a low or maybe Sheffield United or even a Brighton or Aston Villa.
Mhm.
This is Man
Yeah,
City. When we were going
yeah.
into this match, no one ever gave us a chance. And that's why I'm saying a draw feels like a win to me, at least, because this was Man City. The context is different. They had all the players they could have on the field. They fielded their best 11 possible, and they still couldn't get a win. We were that good. So, for all the people who question that our players have no potential, here's the answer: they can withdraw at least or withhold at least and even take a lead for most of the minutes on a team which is labeled as the best team of the decade. So this is our standard.
Yeah, and it wasn't like that what we did mainly was defend it. But I think we took
Exactly.
the game to them, and that was good. So I'll come back to you again, Tiger. Thank you for that detailed comment there. I appreciate that. Well done, coach. The tactics was post on including the switch to 5-3-2, which we played with Palmer at right wing. The sub. We needed to be clinical to win. Good point. Yeah, we could have won, so I'll take that. But that's why the fact that we created enough chances that had we been clinical, we could have won. That's the reason why it feels like a loss. And the rain makes a difference. When it stopped the second half, it was like, please no. Yeah, I think I think it'd be right to say that Constantine Dante, you're very superstitious, my friend. Celebrating draws, yeah, we take it. Given our situation, yeah, it could have been worse. Dante, I'm back. Backbenches, it's more fun. It doesn't look like JC is going to the H place anymore. I think he's going two places. Both are actually H place. H place negative, H place positive. So maybe we should learn to be more specific there. We already knew this answer. Tiger, we haven't seen it. We have seen it before, and even better games than that. For me, I think we played very well, and this a draw is good, but you can argue we could have won. Haaland had an off day. I hope his case becomes like some of those biggest names that find it difficult to score against Chelsea Football Club. I'll take that. Not superstitious, just makes it harder to play football. No, I know. I'm just joking with you. Roger, I'm going to come with you. There's no other person to have talk about this to see. We also to start talking about the discussion about how what the City did today. We could see the passion, the commitment, the power, the aerial ability, composure. He was just brilliant on the day, and he led well. We needed somebody. We were questioning who was going to lead the back line in the absence of Thiago Silva, and the fact that we haven't seen the pairing of Badia Chile and Disasi. He walked to except for other you can say other issue, the issues you've alluded to with regards to you can say what's his name, Levi Cowell, you can say down to his lack of experience, but he was overall you can say not bad. We did well, but it could have been worse for us. But let's hear you talk about this assist performance today, Roger.
Yeah, he was Silver-esque, wasn't he? He looked like a veteran out there. I thought he read the game very well. He hardly put a foot wrong. I thought he was physical, dominant aerially. He came out for one ball in the first half and sliding tackle, you know, where the right back should be. Usually you don't go to ground unless you're 100% sure of getting it, but it came to no avail. I thought he was well-deserved man of the match. I thought, you're right, he was composed. I thought he read everything very well in a back four and a back five. I thought he was excellent. He looked like a serious veteran back there. Yeah, very well. I thought he knew when to come out. He guarded very well, especially on free kicks. If you notice, time and time again, it was just constantly. Yeah, I admit Colwell had a few very good headers at set pieces. Also, I'm not denying that, but it was invariably always Disasi. I thought, to be honest with you, let's say there was some special effects and it was Silver back there. You wouldn't have thought twice about it. You said, yeah, this is typical Silver. This is his normal game week in, week out. I thought he looked like a veteran. I thought he led the back line very, very well. You're right, by the way. I thought also for the most part, Chilwell did very well. It was one of his best games of the season. I'd have to watch it a second time. And I do agree with Jerry Z. I think it was Jerry Z. Forgive me if I'm wrong. That I thought Gallagher was in Rodri's back pocket all of the time. He was, if you notice, Rodri was pushing him off after the ball had gone away. He was nibbling at his ankles constantly. He basically neutralized Rodri for large portions of the game, negated him being an issue, a presence. And we're talking about
if anything, you could argue he didn't give him a free pass.
No, I thought, listen, he ran the most tonight, 12.9 kilometers. You know, I thought actually, to be honest with you, I thought Jackson, I thought as usual, Palmer and Jackson as well, in addition to Gallagher, I thought they pressed very well. Listen, I'm being honest here. I'm not being biased. I thought Sterling's pressing in the first half was awful. As usual, it stuck in between no man's land constantly. And defensively, Sterling was like a statue. There was 2-on-1, and still the left-footed chap, what's his name? The Englishman. He was able to get across in time and time again. You have the
Chilwell?
No, I'm talking about City player.
Foden.
Phil Foden, thank you, sir. He has the luxury of being able to mark him down, you know, much closer to block of any cross coming. He didn't. He stayed off. Why not do that? Because you've got someone right by your side. You went 1-on-1 with him. There was 2-on-1, and there was no overlapping runs in each occasion. I thought Sterling defensively was ineffectual, is an understatement, and I'll leave it at that. But to be honest with you, Colwell, I'm a bit disappointed with positionally. His positional sense, he looked like he'd never played that position before. We're very fortuitous.
When you say we should give him a bit of a leeway, given the fact that under Pochettino, he's played mainly as a left back and not as a centre back, and that's Brighton as a centre back. He was brilliant for them. I know aerial ability isn't his thing overall. We know that, but go ahead.
It wasn't so much aerially, even though he was beaten. Listen, you're going up against a monster of a person. He is very big, very physical, very tall, has immense leaping ability. Take that into consideration. I concede that. But when he's playing defense in a set piece, he's actually behind Haaland, and more importantly, he's actually wrong-sided on multiple occasions. These are the basics. When you're on the training ground, you can't be on the wrong side of either north or south or east or west, and he was constantly on both axes on the wrong side. So Just these are the fundamentals, And listen, that goal by Rodri, it's going in, whether it's deflected or not. That's why it wasn't given as an own goal. It was going in. It was a rocket. So listen, had Lady Luck shined on us a little bit more, that would have gone over the bar, and we'd be talking about a beautiful 3 points. But it wasn't to be, and I think probably a draw is a fair result. I concur. However, we had our chances to actually come away with 3 points. Would it have been deserved? Yeah, I mean, yes and no. Listen, I still thought that I thought Poch did, for the most part. I thought he set up the team very well, and that's all a coach / manager can do, is set up the team with the idea of giving them the best chance to succeed individually and collectively. And I thought he did that for the most part. I thought we have to address the woolly mammoth in the room here. Not the woolly mammoth, by the way, but the elephant. I'm talking about
not the original.
Oh yeah, that's hopefully in a historic museum somewhere. Listen, I thought Jackson played. Sorry, no, I'm talking about Lukaku.
Don't mention. He should find that. He should figure it out. Tiger should figure it out, or ask him private. Go ahead, Roger.
I thought Jackson did very well on the wings, both right and left wing. I thought he's not a number 9. I thought he did well. Sterling could have had a hat trick had he been A, more composed, and B, not let his first touch down as usual. And did we deserve to win? This is the $64,000 question. I would say if they took all their chances,
numbers say City deserved to win because they had more clear-cut opportunities.
Well, the XG was
but the
massive.
fact that the fact that we created more chances than them at the start of the game, when it seemed like all they were looking for was just a penalty. We could have, you could say, won if you're going by the fact that we created more clear-cut chances before they started creating chances. But go ahead with what you were saying.
Yeah, we had more shots on target. I mean, I saw one stat, I forget what it was, but we had like barely in double digits of touches in their opposition box, and they had like 79 or something. It was ridiculous. It was numerically superior by far. However, they still are susceptible on the break, and we showed that today. By the way, the play of the game was Disasi celebrating a defensive play. I love his tenacity. I think, was it Phil that said originally that he was tenacious, Disasi? Yes, he was, and he was very much Rudiger-esque. Listen, he's had a couple of poor games, but this is his first year in this league, okay? And I thought, listen, he's been very consistent for the most part. I'm not sure who got man of the match, but if it wasn't Disasi, then I don't know what game that these
he got the man of the match. He got the Chilwell post.
The official man of the match, not like
Sky. No. The official one, I guess. Chilwell posted the story on Instagram.
Okay, because I was thinking he was going to be Roger because he got the equalizing goal. But,
I'm sure Sky.
The
Sky commentators usually give it to a non-Chelsea player. There's, as Bobby would agree, there's an agenda back there for sure. But listen.
Yeah, and by the way, Bobby, if you're listening, we haven't forgotten about you. I will try to reach out as soon as I can to know how you're doing. You've been scarce on X too, and that's unusual. So hopefully nothing has gone wrong on your end. Go ahead, Roger, with what you were saying. So I catch up with what we have in the chat, and I'll have a Tiger pick a player that he wants to talk about. Lots of good performances today anyway. But go ahead, Roger, if you were.
Sure, yeah. But Bobby, if you're listening, I hope you're doing well, sir. No, listen, I have to agree. Caicedo concerns me because of he's caught often on the wrong side of a player, and to get to the ball, he goes through the player. And if you compare N'Golo Kante, his style of tackling is very similar, but he's on the right side of the player where he sticks out a leg that hits the ball first, not the player. He doesn't go through the player invariably. But Caicedo, he's yet again technically he's on the wrong side of the play. It's the basics, the fundamentals. And in the first half, I thought we conceded, what was it, 4 free kicks outside our box? This has to stop. We're lucky we weren't punished, to be honest. And it's several games in a row now that's transpired. Caicedo concerns me, but listen, he's so young. He is a very good player. I'm sure for the years to come that he's going to be a sensational player for us. But his form and his technique is concerning right now. I thought Enzo showed physicality. If you notice, going down the sideline on multiple occasions, he brushed off players. He was actually very physical.
You don't take the ball off of him easily.
No, I was very impressed. He added a dimension of physicality that we don't often see Enzo exhibit, and I thought he was very composed, and he was his normal self, spraying the balls around. I thought he was excellent. Gusto was good. Let's be honest, the ref had a pretty good game. He didn't really mess anything up. I thought, all in all, I'm pleased with Chelsea. To be honest, listen, if you had told me we're coming back,
you knew it was going to be a good game before that, saying it wasn't Anthony Taylor, so we're good to go.
And Tiger hits it on the head. We're coming away from the defending champions, the defending triple winners of last season, by the way, at their house, and we came away with a point. He's right. If it was a neutral ground or even at the bridge, that's still great. But when you put it in that context, very well put, sir. I commend you. It's a very important aspect of this result to come away, because we've been poor away this season. Let's be honest, for the most part. And this was probably our best away game by far, because we got thrashed by Man United, and wasn't it? I'm trying to think who else that was top 6 that beat us at their home. And we played poorly. I forget now, but yeah, this was our best away performance against a big team, and I thought we did very well. Sorry, Coach. I'll let you talk now.
No worries. So I'll come back again to the panel. Let's give those in the chat the microphone. H Union is different, Coach. You are the general secretary of the club. No. The negative H Union, I'm not part of it. Maybe the positive H Union, I'm part of it. Tapping Haaland. He was missing today, and I'm happy. Tiger has been tamed. Yeah, Tiger has been tamed. The Kimso, he used to have more fire. Yeah, because he's not supporting you. And Jerry Z, I told you this. You don't have to do this, bro. I know you love the community and you're a member of the community and you want to show some support. I appreciate that. But thank you. Watch out, Conte in. I know you're joking. I know definitely you're just kidding. You're just trolling right now. But thank you for that donation. I appreciate that. I'm not going to like that. Even JC has refused to like that because probably he knows you're joking. Not today. JC giving Poch all the fire today. Yeah, let's see what else we have today. Stop it. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 40 likes. We should be doing way better than that. Let's get up the likes, people. He used to be blazing. Then Jerry Z got to him. They were enemies, but then become the best of friends. Understanding that it's a matter of opinions. Your opinion differ from mine. It doesn't mean that we cannot be friends. I present my opinion, and then you present your counter opinion, and we'll learn from each other. Coach Jerry wants to kick out Poch 1 week before a cup final. Any comments? I have nothing to say. For me, I just have to say Jerry is kidding there, but I like the humor there. Disasi has some experience. At least he played a bunch of Europa League games. And of course League One. He's a good player, and I've never given up on him. Some people were giving him sticks, saying that because he didn't start well at Chelsea. You could argue, but it depends on who you ask. For me, he started well. He made a mistake, a game ball he could have cleared before Diaz scored against us in that season opener. But he got the equalizing goal for us. Just give me a few seconds, Tiger. I'll come back to you in a bit if you don't mind, please. Let's see anything else to get here. Otherwise, I'll get to the very bottom. Roger, not many teams stop City in February, and again at home on their carpet. Not like we were at home. So we did well. Though numbers show they could have won too. You could argue we could have won. Sterling is Sterling. I don't get how Poch likes him. Defensively, he's a liability, and I agree with that. Poch should resign. Yeah, good luck with that. Jerry Z there. Jerry, please do share the link to your YouTube channel so people can go check it out. 41 likes. We should be doing way better than that. He doesn't have the balls To do what, Roger? Would you agree that you need somebody to stay a bit up for counterattacks? And maybe that's the reason Poch used them in that window. Let's hear you, Roger. Do you have any response to that? It's directed at you.
Yeah, hello, JC. Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, that's a valid point. But who are you referring to? That's why you agree with somebody to stay up a bit. Yeah, we do. Of course, you can't park the bus with 10 centre backs. I get that. I concede that. And Kunku seemed out of sorts. He never really got in the game, but that's not his fault. A, he's hardly played this year, and B, you know, it's not easy to come on the sub and make an impact when you're just trying to get your sea legs back, so to speak. I agree. Listen, we were a threat even when sitting deep. We were a threat even before certain substitutes and after certain substitutes. Listen, I think Mudryk would have scared the Kajeepas out of them had he come on as a sub, I believe. Just the threat alone, you know, because speed kills, as they say, the old NFL expression, speed kills. You can't coach that. It's that simple.
But he's not too good in the possession department. So
No, of course. Yeah, no, checkmate. I'm not. No, I agree 100%, sir. But I thought, listen, I hope this is a turning point in our season. We've had 3 games consecutively now where, in my opinion, I thought we've looked very strong in many facets of the game. Could we improve? Yeah, of course we could. But listen, we are what we are, okay? As Bobby would say, listen, you can't really grade this team that well because of the incredible amount of...
A lot of factors, injuries, age, and everything, but go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. The lack of availability from certain players, like it would have been nice to have brought on Gallagher if Lavry was started or vice versa, you know? Yes, we have.
And just quickly, Roger, whenever you're speaking, whenever you're speaking or anybody else, pay attention to what we have on the screen. I don't know if you've addressed this from Constantine Dante saying, Roger, pointing out Starling's body language as well. But go ahead, Roger. I don't know if you've spoken about that.
No, I haven't actually, but I didn't notice it was that bad today. Usually I know what you're saying. You know, yeah, Constantine, I know exactly what you're saying. I didn't really notice it significantly today.
I think it was good today.
Yeah, he had. Listen, he's played worse this season and he's played better this season. As I said, you know, the first game against City this season at the Bridge, I thought his best game in the Chelsea shirt. He owned Walker. And I'm talking about, not even. If that was a 10 out of 10, his second best performance has been a 6.5, 7. Yeah, I agree with you. But Sterling, I thought, could have done some things better, and obviously he could have done some things a lot worse. But listen, you have to give him kudos. Let's be honest here. As much as I critique him, he could have easily have put that shot wide. Could have easily. We could have lost 1-0.
Exactly.
So he did put it away, and you have to give him credit for that. My only contention is he should have had more than 1 goal tonight, to be honest with you. On especially the one that he would have been called offside. Had he held his run and then gone around the keeper, and then don't forget the third one. I mean, that's point blank. That's inside the 6 yard. He should have put that wide or just about 2 feet above the ground, and you're leading. Honestly, had he had his shooting boots on, which I've never seen him wear, by the way, we should have come away with 3 points. I'm being honest. I think if you had a Jota or someone or a Salah in those positions, I guarantee you the ball's hitting the back of the net.
Yeah, I do agree. Just give me a few minutes, Tiger. I'll come up. I want us to hear from Tebago his observations from the game, and you can say 2-3 minutes review of the game. But let me give those in the chat the microphone. They're very important. Roger, I think Roger has addressed that also. Big up, coach, and the panel. Coach, I told you Jackson will dance at the empty head. Please, no more threats. But nice to see you, Tommy. Brian, I hope you're doing well. I'm happy Thiago Silva get dropped. He wasn't dropped by choice. He's injured. And chances are, had he been fit, he'd start this game. But I think we're seeing that we can do without him, but we need to work in our aerial defending. I think that's been an issue. Chelsea City could have had 2 goals from aerial opportunities, for lack of a better language. They're both Sterling and Haaland could have walked out with hat tricks. Yeah, exactly. Out of topic, coach. Hear me out. Should we sign Olai? No, I would take him. He's improved. He's experienced, and he's such a utility player. In the again, not such. Let me just say the good thing is that he can play on either side, as right back or as left back effectively. He's excellent using both feet. He's that good. I wouldn't mind if we sign him, but I don't think we're looking at him. Olai, no, yeah, but I don't think we're looking at him, and I think we can do better than him, if I'm being honest. Disasi comes from the Academy of Dark Arts, and I like him. You need that in your defensive area every now and then. Roger, a lot of people on the Sky channel has been crediting us for our play. Disasi impressed me, and they're like, Jackson hold up play. Jackson did well, except that the chances. How many chances did he miss today? Let me just go with one. The one I wouldn't say good first touch, but Edison read it well. Let's see. Ellen Haaland goes said, and Kevin De Bruyne watch. Let's sit it down. Houston. Nobody gave us a chance, and we won. It's a world-class team. So, where your standards, man. Just slug it out with him, Bobby Legend. I hope Bobby is well. I tried to send him a message. Casado is South American. They play a bit dirty, but I think the biggest issue is that he's not a season 6, and that has led to him struggling at times. But whenever there's space, he does well. And if you can create an extra passing lane for him, he does well too. Okay, enough, Roger. Stop talking. Go to the YouTube channel. Yeah, Roger is one of the actually unofficial owners of Chelsea Perspective and Soccer Perspective. And whenever I don't see Roger, I don't complain, because I know probably he doesn't have time. He loves the club and loves to talk about football overall. So I'm not concerned. And I know you know that too. You're just joking. Let's see what else we have here. Roger, Daniel Stewart said, let me just read what you have there. We was impressed of us. He was impressed of us. A lost 4-1 to Newcastle. We nearly beat very organized teams. Okay. And the rest of the stuff you said there, sorry, a bit jumbled up. Actually, let's see. Wow, what a player, in my opinion. Sterling, let's see what else we have here. And does that without hesitation. Let's see what else we have here. Words matter in life. Pep said we were a great side, and so we became great on the day. But actually, he wasn't telling the truth when he said we were a great side. He could have said we're still a very young side, but we have good players. And he could have said it's. He went on to say that it's difficult to find any player that gives away the ball easily in our team. I think, come on, he was lying through his teeth in my opinion. But I like this comment, because today is a plus to this. For this time, aerially, he's going to be a great player for us. Yeah, good decision calling him back. And Roger did explain how his physicality helped. Didn't play much, but at least it did a lot to unsettle the Man City players, and I'll take that. The rain stop City was same at Stamford Bridge. I'll take that if that's how you see it. Roger, I was talking about Sterling not contributing defensively, and do you think Roger agrees with you? I'd say, yeah, he agrees. And Jerry C has shared the link to his YouTube channel. Please go check it out. Be sure to subscribe and let him know I sent you, so that if by any time I see myself in Thailand, I'll be drinking a lot of 6-packs on his behalf. Let's help him grow. He's doing well, and expect a recording. Again, I in him. It's gonna be war, but entertaining war, not one that anybody dies. If you understand, get that. Tiger out and tamed. Tiger is just being truthful here, so don't blame him. Let's see anything else to address. Let's see. Sterling was horrible. Besides the goal, even that. Walker botched. Pep was fuming. It's that schoolboy defending. Yeah, nobody's perfect. They all make mistakes. Coach Jerry is asking to join you at the HH Club. Jerry, you can say for me, his H positive for me, not H negative. If that makes sense. Maybe if we had silver feet, we would have we will be coming in instead of Chalobah, and we don't concede. He marshals a defensive lines. Yep, and reads the game better than any of the players we have right now, but still credit to Disasi. Yes, this was a game for Silva, sitting back, directing, yep, and reading the plays very well. Because today is more comfortable playing forward. Let's see, if I was Poch, I would have said just Mark Roderick. But whatever we did today worked to a certain extent, except when he got the opportunity to shoot from outside the box. And Roger, if you remember, we did talk about that during the pregame show. But let's hear you your preview and observations from the game. 2-3 minutes. Up to you. The Coolest Chels Tebago. Let's hear you.
Axel Disasi. What a performance. And I'm ready to cook those frauds. We're saying Axel Disasi is not good enough for this club. I've told him, give him time to settle in the Premier League. He'll do well. Today he was immense, solid. Unfortunately, we couldn't reward his performance with a clean sheet. But overall, I think all the players played very well. Even I'm so pissed with Sterling and Jackson for missing chances. But I have to be honest, I'm more pissed with Mauricio Pochettino. Those substitutions, for me personally, killed our game. 70 minutes, you play thread the back, you give Man City a lot of time to come back and win this game. Then immediately when you substitute Jackson with Casade, they scored a goal. He should have at least put another attacker just to give us something. At least maybe we can win this game. But you see deep and deep and deep. We are so helpless. But overall, I don't want to crash everything. The boys gave everything today. And I'm happy with the performance. But I'm not happy with Mauricio Pochettino.
Understandable. Again, your opinion matters. Some people think he made, believe, like for instance, JC thinks he made the right decisions. Some think that could have done something differently. But I'm just sticking with I'll take the win, and I have to watch the game again. It's not the sort of heartbreaking draw or loss that I don't get to watch it for my mental health sake. I think I can watch this to learn from the game. Let's see anything else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along with 44 likes. We should be doing way better than that. If I was Spot, I would have. I think I've addressed that. And nice to see you again, Lucilla. Hi guys. This is why we like sports, in particular football. You cannot script the game. And we did say that during the pregame show. If we paid attention to the numbers alone, you won't give us a chance. But we did talk about how football, you cannot script the game. Numbers will only suggest the likely outcome, but not certainly the outcome. The game is played over 90 minutes plus added time, and that's exactly what happened. The French Maguire, Rashi said, yeah, and Rashi thought they were going to mop the floor with us, and it's nowhere to be seen today. Rudiger region, you could say that. Yep, I agree with you, Tiger Beast. Let's see, Tebago. Oh, my soundboard isn't working. No hungers today. Well done. I agree. Poch, not up to par. Despite good performance, there are lingering doubts about his ability to win. Isn't there? I have a question, but I just don't want to lie with you. I want us to remain enemies in terms of Poch until we do that show on your channel. But here's the thing: I have questions. I think you can say in terms of he's a perfect manager for the project, given the age bracket of the players we have. Long term, I have questions. Let me just leave it at that. I don't want to get into that argument right now. But let's look at the Disasi numbers before I bring in Jude, who's just joined us on the panel here. The Disasi played how many minutes? 19 minutes. Rating, Fortmore rating set at 7.3. Accurate passes 25 out of 29, 86% pass accuracy. Touches 52 in total. Passes into the final third. 2. He's a defender, so that's not an issue for me. Accurate long balls 2 out of 6, 33%. That's poor. Dispossessed 1 time. Blocks 3 times. Clearances 16 in total. Headed clearances 11 in total. Defensive actions 19 in total. Recoveries 5. Dribbled past 1 time. Duels won 4. Duels lost 2. Ground duels 1, 0 out of 2. Hidden winning the ground duels, but aerial duels 1, 4 out of 4. 100% accuracy. That's excellent in my opinion. He had a good game, no doubt, and you can say the numbers prove that. And the blue Tifa game is in the house. I appreciate you finding the time to join us, bro. He says the boys give everything to their own goal, moving like Graham Potter. Coach, of course, your soundboard isn't working. It's because you ruined it. You think I didn't know? You ruined it. But nice to see you, bro. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Let's see what else we have here. Coach, you better not let Jerry attempt you. We'll see how that goes. It's gonna be a good show. Let's see what else you have here. Coachella is my boss. On that day, there will be no boss. There will be no subordinate on the day. It will be it will be a fight, Jerry. J to the C. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, the blues. Anything else we have here? Ngola Dante's in the house. And Jude, let's hear your observations from the game. Why didn't we win this one? Let me put the question to you like that. Let's hear your review of the game.
Yeah, good day, coach. Good day, everyone.
Hello.
Big up to you, Jude.
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
Well, it's still same old, not being clinical enough. Sterling was supposed to have like 2 goals in this game. Jackson was supposed to have at least 1. That's 1. And then 2, I also think the substitution by the coach was an error to collapse the attack structure. And he started defending too early because, and I think he should have learned a lesson from, was it the Arsenal game? We've done things like this before. The best form of defense is to keep attacking, not like attack and open up the whole structure, but then you still have to keep your opponent under pressure. But I apart from that, I want to commend the team. It was a good fight. They didn't make it easy for Manchester City. And I'm really sure a lot of people predicted that we're going to lose that game. And it wasn't like we got a draw by chance. We played very hard. The game was very intense. Sterling was losing the ball initially in the first half, and he was able to get himself. And as usual, he still was able to outrun what's his name, Walker, and that led to the goal as well. So I just think that our boys needs to improve, and I think if they try to believe in themselves, and I've always believed these boys can do anything if they have the belief in themselves. It starts with the confidence, and they've shown it again today. It wasn't a perfect game, but at the same time, I don't want to criticize them at all because we are talking of Manchester City. Nobody gave them the chance, and they couldn't get a goal until 80th minute or so. So it was it was an outstanding performance. Yeah, there's a lot of room for improvement, but I think the team can get better over and over. Then and it's a warning to Liverpool as well. If they were watching that game, they'll be happy for the result. They and Arsenal because somehow City dropped points, and it's an advantage for both of them. But building up to the final of the Carabao Cup, I think this is a good way to go, but we need to improve on it. We need to be bearing our chances. We just have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree with you. Anybody else want to add to what Jude just said? We'll look at this assist numbers. Roger, whenever you want, pick any player you want to like us to look at their numbers. Disasi had a good game. Aerially, he was just a beast. 4 out of 4 aerial duels won. That's not easy. But just give me a few seconds. Yeah, maybe just make subs. Fresh legs, but not change. Keep deep, but also keep going at them as well. Don't make it easier for them. Maybe Gabriel, nice to see you. I don't know if we've seen since the new year. I hope you're doing well. Great performance all around. Obviously disappointed with the deflection. A deflected goal that we considered, but didn't think we would get any more than a draw. So on the whole, a good result. I don't blame Poch. The City waves was inevitable. Yeah, I think it was going to be a draw, but I didn't know it was just going to be one apiece. I thought there were going to be more goals in that game. It's not easy to play high intensity for 90 minutes. I agree. And when you have Silva introduced to stretch team back five was one of good choices, especially after looking at our bench. I give him credit. I need to watch the game again to learn more from again how well we performed the other day. Have you guys rewatched the build-up for Rodri's goals? There was something unfortunate involved. I didn't check. I have to elaborate. Let's hear you. Yes, Poch bought did. He just lacks that killer instinct. Jose would have slapped up City and used that as a catalyst for Sundays to show the players that they are auditioning. Wow. Okay, let's see. I'd be shocked if you supported him. Yes, Chelsea got for that only mistake, a major mistake. You don't let Rodri alone on. We talked about that actually during the pregame show. He had an opportunity and boom, he scored. The same Jose who got fired at Roma. Keep living the past. Let's see. Liverpool have serious injuries. We win that final. Poch don't make any mistakes. We have what? We have the squad to win. We have the squad to win that, but he has to do his homework. I agree. It's all in hindsight. I agree. If City had scored without Poch, without Poch changes, everyone would have said he should have managed the game better. I'm not going to blame him too much. Give him some flowers. I think he did well. I didn't like the fact that Casado finished the game. That's just me. But the manager did his job. We got a point out of a game that everybody thought we were going to lose. Coach, since when Jerry has started operating in sarcasm zone, we change, we learn. So maybe that's him getting becoming more comfortable in the community. Sometimes give credit to the opponent. Concentrate on taking your chances. That's another way. Tiger could coach Chelsea more effectively than Poch. Poch is a butler. Wow, Jerry, this sounds like he's serious there. I sincerely believe if we had played for 180 minutes, Chelsea would not have scored. This is on Poch. Why does it feel a bit like a defeat? That's because we created, for me, it's simple, because we created good enough chances that had we been clinical, we could have won that. Roger, let's hear you. Any player there that you like their numbers or anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, I've got to just mention that very briefly. Listen, is it Poch's fault that we missed chances in front of goal? Is it? No. Just like you can't give Poch any credit for Sterling scoring his opportunity. To me, I've always believed that, you know, a coach coaches and players play, they execute. And if they don't execute, you know, and I understand it's a moving ball, etc. But, you know, if they don't execute, you can't blame the coach for that. You just can't. It's the players have to bear responsibility once they cross that line and the whistle blows. It's that simple. So, but yeah, obviously, I'd love to see Disasi's numbers. I'm dying to see his stats.
Yeah, I think we've looked at it. Maybe you weren't paying attention at the time, but if you want to see it again,
oh, sorry.
I can go through it for you.
Yeah, yes, please. I may have been in the kitchen.
No, but let's go through it once more if you want to see it. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, I, really
I totally understand. I'm hungry too. But so this is C play for 19 minutes. Accurate.
I'm hungry too.
Accurate long balls. 25 out of 29, 86%, not bad. Total touches 52 in total, passes into the final third 2. That's a high for a defender, in my opinion. Accurate long balls 2 out of 6. That's 33% accuracy there. He was dispossessed 1 time. Blocks 3 in total. Clearances 16 in total. That's a high. Header clearances 11 in total. Defensive actions 19. Recoveries 5. Dribbled pass 1 time. With duels 1, 4. Duels lost 2. Ground duels 1. He lost all his ground duels. But aerial duels 4 out of 4. You can say that was key to us getting a draw out of this. So an excellent game for him, in my opinion.
Yeah. Can we see Colwell's also? I want to see how many headers he made. He had 11 headers. Really, yeah, okay. That's impressive. Hello.
Let's look at Colwell. Go ahead, Tebago. We're saying something.
Yeah, after Colwell, let's go to Malo Gusto. I think Malo Gusto was solid today. What a performance by that kid.
Okay, can I ask a question for everyone?
Yeah, I agree.
On the panel?
So just quickly,
include, Coach, can I just ask, who do you think had a poor game today? I thought we, for the most part, I know execution at the other end of the field, but realistically, I thought most players played very solidly today. I must admit, I thought we did well.
Yeah, if you're going by the fact that Raheem Sterling scored, then it'd be you can say acceptable to argue that they all had a good game. If you look beyond the fact yeah, he was awful until he scored. You can say, yeah, because the
Yeah, he
goals
was.
change games. So you can say they all had a good game on today. Yeah. I couldn't stop laughing at Jackson reaction when Enzo took the ball off of him, off of his toe, and he throws Z. He was acting like he would have scored that. Yeah, that's what's funny about that, really. And then
Yeah.
I think that the fact that Enzo took the ball off him is it's reflective of the fact they don't trust him that much to put away chances. Thanks, Roger. Take your chances because your best be certain that once KDB, Alvarez, Haaland, Foden, or Rodri will surely score. At least, we knew we had to do more. Liverpool 13, Chelsea 0. Poch's tenure comes to an end. Join the celebration on February 26th.
Wow.
My channel, everyone invited. Wow. Okay, coach, tell me something. Did Nunes and Haaland swap boots today? Maybe they did. Nunes can fight, but he still left his boots somewhere. But chances are, if you start putting away chances, he'll be putting away quite a lot. You could argue he's been unlucky too, but in the case of Haaland, he was blatant misses today. Yeah, I wouldn't say he was unlucky. In my opinion, Roger getting too much game time, coach. Leave him alone.
Ouch.
Yeah, and Shaggy said we had absolutely nothing to lose and give City hard time. For me, that was a win. Yeah, that was why, because we created good enough chances. It just feels as if we lost a game that we should have won, in my opinion. Let's see what else we have here. Scoring 5 goals against City in one season isn't for everyone. Oh yeah, you can say that louder. So we wanted to look at Lever Colwell and then Axel and then Malagu. So he was brilliant on the day too. Could have had an assist had Jackson put away the chances there. He played 19 minutes. Accurate passes 34 out of 30 out of 34, 88%. Not bad. Fantasy, forget about the fantasy point. Touches in total 51. Passes into the final third, 2 in total. Accurate long balls, 3 out of 6, 50%. You can say he made it to 50, not bad. Tackles 1 out of 2, blocks 2, clearances 9, headed clearances 5, interceptions 1, defensive actions of 14 in total, recoveries 3.
Wow.
Dues 1, 2, dues lost 3, ground dues 1, 2 out of 2. You see where he lacked where he lacked the Disasi made up for that area. Where the Disasi lacked Cowell made up for that because the Disasi lost ground duels. He didn't do well in terms of ground duels, but aerially he did well. For Levi Cowell, aerially he was poor. 0 out of 3 aerial duels. That's 0%. So you could argue it was a perfect balance on the day, complementing each other perfectly.
And I think his aerial duels were against. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they were all against Haaland, if I'm not mistaken. But it wasn't just his headering; it was his positional sense. If you go back and watch the game again, you'll see where he's positioned. His back should be towards the goal. He shouldn't be facing the goal, where Haaland had that huge miss on the second half, where 9 out of 10 times he puts that away. That's my criticism of him. Not so much the aerial. If he gets his positional sense right, he has a better chance of heading the ball or defending or putting off the attacker. And that's what he was doing, the fundamentals very poorly, in my opinion, today. But it's only one game. But to be honest with you, I just want to say one thing really quickly. Coming away from today's game, I've drawn one conclusion, that Disasi can lead this team going forward. I don't think this was an anomaly. I from what I've seen today, of course, listen, he's not even in his peak yet. He's only 25. My whole worry about Silva leading is, who do we have? We have no one to lead this. Well, now we know we do. And by the way, we weren't playing, like Peterborough United, whatever, a 4th division team. We're playing against one of the best teams in the world, if not the best team in the world. And to me, he was dominant, and that speaks volumes. So, maybe he can step out of the shadow of Silva, because I'm quite convinced after today, if he continues, I believe we found ourselves a centre-back that can lead. And that's really important, more than the 1 point that we came away with. So That's what I want to say. If I said anything tonight, that's the most important thing. That's what I'm most pleased
Yeah,
with.
and what a game for his trial audition for the Thiago Silva role. The perfect game
Yeah,
for that.
yeah. And
Yeah,
by the way, away from
Eh,
home, away from home. We need
away
to put
from
that in
home.
the
Yeah,
context. If that was at the Bridge, it's still a great performance. But wow, to me,
yeah.
when I put my head on the pillow tonight, that's the one thing I will deduce from today's game. A stellar performance, exceptional.
Yeah, he read well. I'll catch up with
Also,
what we have in the chat. Then we'll look at Malo Gusto's numbers. He deserves that. Pochettino is yet to Pep, and something I don't want to do a tapping. Let me wait until I get to that particular comment. There, yeah, Haaland, the chances came off Colwell. Let's see what else we have here. Jackson always takes the touch instead of hitting it one time. That's a good observation right there. That's why we need a proper finisher. He played well otherwise than the misses. We know for sure the players are better are coming up the wings. Yep, I think it's good. I like the meltdown from Pep. That will make a good meme. And I'm sure people that are into meme creation will be on that right now. Will Roger still be inclined to give Pochettino time after tonight's bottle job? Roger hasn't actually given up on Pochettino if you haven't been paying attention.
No, not at all.
No, not at all. So if you haven't been paying attention, I know he has questions, but always he's defended him in the right way. But I think I've moved on beyond trying to defend him. Cannot blame Pep after seeing Walker defending surprisingly. Just give me a second. Jersey. Jerry Z, be yourself. Let's see what else we have here. No more fake analysis. Let's see what else we have here. I am extremely disappointed. Jerry Z sounds like he's serious. And not honestly, he sounds like he's serious there. Let's see what else we have here. Doesn't suit you at Why are you guys fighting Jerry? Let him speak up. So let's look at Gusto's numbers. After that, I want to hear Tiger speak. I'm sure he has a lot to say. Gusto played for 90 minutes. Accurate passes 24 out of 28, 86%. That's excellent, actually. Chances created, two chances. You could say one I remember, the other I don't remember, so it wouldn't make sense to say excellent chances. Expected assists, we're moving from that. Let's attack, 66 touches. Accurate crosses 2 out of 3, 67%. That's good. And accurate long balls 2 out of 3. Offsides 1. He was dispossessed twice.
Who is
Tackles
this?
1, 2 out.
Oh, Gusto.
A second, I'm sorry. Give me a second, I'm coming. Tackles 1, 3 out of 8. 30% that's sport. Blocks 1. Clearances 10. Headed clearances 6 in total. Interceptions 1 in total. Recoveries 5. Dribbled pass 1 time. Duels 1. 9. Duels lost 5. Ground duels 1. 9 out of 13. That's excellent, really. Earlier duels 1. No, he didn't attempt any. Was fouled 1 time. Fouls committed 1 time. I think he had a good game overall. Tiger, let's hear you if you want to speak about him. Jude, you can go ahead. It doesn't look like Tiger is available.
yeah, I'm there, but you can go on. You can
Okay,
on
no,
the
go on,
new
go on, Tiger, go on, Tiger, go on, Tiger, go on, Tiger.
Go on, Tiger, if you're there. Go ahead, Tiger.
Yeah, no, but see, I've already said it, I guess, in this on your stream only, Coachella, that I rate Gusto as the world class player, and I personally think he is one of the best recruitment in this current regime. I mean, I'm at loss of words. I mean, I guess that's not the correct way to say that, but I'm actually at loss of words to even appreciate this guy and how much he means for our back line and at the right back position. Imagine if we didn't have Gusto in that right back position and Reece James was injured like he is. I don't see Disasi playing right back and we doing anything in this season. So a lot of credit to whatever we have achieved in this season should also go to Gusto's performances, because he has been incredible. I mean, there are a few matches which you can point out that he could be better, but most of the matches he's top notch and at par with you know the best right backs of the league. So I don't know how to appreciate this guy. It has been a blessing that we have signed him. Yeah, and I mean he's gonna give a tough competition to Reece James. I can just say that, and that's a big thing to say as a
Yeah.
Chelsea fan, that your club captain would be getting a hard time to replace this guy, because he's not gonna sit on the bench so easily. Reece James has to show some real performances to us if he's gonna bench Malo Gusto.
And he's only 20. Think
How,
about
how,
And
that.
how
he's
about we go with you can say share game time between the two of them, and not just. I don't think the comparison. I get it; it makes sense to a certain extent, but I think we should be happy. We're blessed to have them both. They can. You can say James plays a few games and rest, and Gusto comes in. Then we have them both fit all the time. Then play one consistently and get that one injured, and then we're in trouble. But go ahead, Tiger, if you were still speaking. I don't know. Was it Roger that wanted to comment?
Yeah, I mean, that's a nice idea. And even nicer idea would be, to maybe some people say that Chilwell is not so defensively strong. So what if we play Gusto at left back and Reece James at right back? That's also can be an option. And
Mm.
there are like more permutation combinations to explore. But to me, if your right back, who is just 20 and who has just come this season, is performing so well that the best right back of this world, when he returns, he will be needing to at least put up some good show in order to bench him. That speaks volumes of the talent of this guy and the dedication and the hard work that he's
Or
putting in the field.
or we could put Reese in midfield as a holding midfielder. He'd be excellent. He
Yeah,
wouldn't
but
have to put in the mileage each game. He obviously can. He's very good at passing. He has a good eye for a diagonal pass. It could elongate his career also. I don't see why not. He's defensive minded. He's a solid tackler. He's big. He's strong. Yeah, he doesn't have the height of a centre back per se, but he's an option. If Gusto really excels, yeah, I don't see why not. There's always that option. Similar to Trent Alexander moving into midfield also, but obviously Reese is far more defensively inclined and capable.
And probably
oh,
will
oh, yeah,
do well because he played there at Wigan on loan a whole season actually.
Yeah,
He won
exactly.
the player of the season for them
Yeah,
at the time.
yeah.
Mm.
Or you could
Yeah.
put
Okay.
Gusto on the left, as a possibility. I know he's not left-footed, but we've seen him play on the left, and he didn't disappoint per se. He actually, considering he's playing out of position, similar to an Aspie Luqueta, So I agree. He's only 20. He's only going to improve. Think about that, gentlemen.
Yeah, we need to consider the fact that he's only 20 and not judge him too much. But he looks way much up beyond his age, his intelligence, and
Yeah.
actually, he's actually not your basic player. He has a lot of, you could say, he's a flamboyant player. He can be that when if need be. A lot of skills to his game. No, but I've explained that's my boy. The three of them are watching TV, but they put something he doesn't like. He doesn't just come to the door. He will start screaming, "Daddy, open the door!" like I'm under arrest or something. So I have to let him in. He's playing with iPad there. Be nice, please. We did not lose. Yeah, we did not lose. I think we're enjoying. And that's Roger giving a warning to the people in the chat there. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Just go away, man. But much love to you. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. 47 likes. We can do much better than that. Let's see what else we have here. Best signing. You could argue, yeah, he is. You see commitment. He has the technical ability, everything. man, there's a leader in him, but he's still too young. He is the sort of player that leads by example, not really being the most vocal on the pitch. Gusto may turn Reese into a 150 million pure profit. I don't think the club will let him go. I think they will. The club will keep. Will keep.
I mean,
think the
with
club will keep
with
James.
these owners, coach,
Yeah,
you cannot be
go ahead.
sure. But with these owners, yeah, with these owners, you can never be sure. But I mean,
They're not
yeah,
going to sell James.
not
They
not
will
for
not
two,
sell James.
not for
Yeah.
the next 2 seasons. Yeah, no, no, not for
No,
the
they will
next two
not. Yeah,
seasons.
I think it will take him getting injured consistently before they decide, you know what, we'll have to take the L. After all, we didn't pay anything to sign him. And Maya is in the house. Maya, the rapper, I like to call you that. Maya, Gusto, the Mafia. Yeah, you could say that. But I don't think anybody pays 150 million for James. If he's good enough to be sold for 150, then he will most definitely stay. Yep. If he did anything enough that any club would be willing to pay 150 million for him, then Chelsea aren't selling him. That's just see it that way. We should have nailed this game, man. I don't like why we dropped deep in the second half. The manager did what he did was right, and chances are I'm not going to argue he was correct, but I need to see more of that game. Chile was fine. He was up against KDP and Foden, and defensively he was excellent today. Tried his luck on the other side, and overall, I love the fact that we were brave. That did go a long way. Let's see. Wants to make his debut. Not this one. The 7-year-old will make his debut first. This one is just 2. So no. Let's see what else we have here. Anything else? Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Daddy duty's priority. Yeah, I'm at home today with them alone. So that's why I need to distract them with the TV. But we're fine. We can cope with that. He doesn't look that young, doesn't he? Gusto. He doesn't. He's you can say the way he applies himself on the pitch, he comes across as is mature beyond his age in terms of the way he applies himself. Not now. He's finally had operation, but he does it again. When we have to give him for free. I don't see anybody paying 150. If it's bad enough that Chelsea wants to sell him, we're not getting up to 50 million for him. But if he's good enough that we can get 150 million for him, then he's probably most likely not going. You need to teach them young. They all again. I'm suspicious of one, but you can argue they're all Chelsea fans right now. Maybe one is just doing it just to please me, not really deep down. One knows all the Chelsea players and understands the game better. The 7-year-old understands the game better than all of them. Coach is developing his own youth project. You could so trust the project, trust the process. Yeah, trust the process. Yeah, you have to, and he will make his debut soon. But I have to have a conversation with his mom. Yeah, I'll still a punch out. I'm not gonna get into that. He did well today. I give him credit. I teach my 22-year-old, 2-year-old. Is that what that means? To say punch out from now on. That's indoctrination. If they're not saying that out of their own free will, then that's indoctrination, and I don't agree with that. Let's see. We wanted to look at Gusto's numbers, and then we can bring in Phil. Phil hasn't spoken for a while. Just give me a few seconds here. Did we look at his numbers yet? We did, right? I think we did. Gusto was the last person we looked at his number. I remember he created 2 chances and all that. Yeah. Let's see. Anything else? Phil, you have any player you want us to look at their numbers? Let's look at Gallagher. Let's respect him. I think he did well, in my opinion. He did well, but he's the sort of player that a lot of people don't look beyond his industry, and I appreciate him even whenever he does well. I think he did well, and I need to watch the game again, in my opinion. He played 90 minutes, fought more rating 7.2. Total shots won in total. Accurate passes, 26 out of 32 passes in total. And he's making some excellent dribbles these days. If he has a man or two on him, he dribbles his way out of trouble and does something nice with the ball. And I like that. So I'm sorry you guys aren't seeing the screen. So Gallagher, accurate passes, 26 out of 32, 81%, not bad. Chances created, 1. Expected goals 0.12, not bad. But let's move on to attacks. Shot accuracy, didn't attempt any. Touches into the final, touches 49 in total. Touches in opposition box 2, he leads there. So that doesn't matter to me. Passes into the final third 2, he lives there. You can argue. Accurate long balls 3 out of 4, 75%. That's excellent, really. He did well. Non-penalty XG 0.12, not bad, really. Tackles 1-2 out of 4, 50%. That's good. Blocks 1, interceptions 2 in total. Defensive actions 9 in total. Recoveries 5. That's a high. Dribble pass 1 time. Duels 1. Yep, 8 duels 1. Duels lost 4. Ground duels 1, 6 out of 9, 67%. That's excellent, really. So he did his job. In all honesty, aerial duels 1, 2 out of 3. Given that he's not the tallest on the pitch, that's excellent too. Was fouled at 2 times. Fouls committed 2 times. Tiger, let me start. Let me start you on this one because you haven't spoken for a while. Gallagher's performance on the day, I think he was good. He had an excellent game in my opinion. But I need to see more again to watch the game more to be certain how well he did. But he did well. Going by, you can say what I can still recall he did during the game. But let's hear you.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Coach. One thing which I've noticed recently about Gallagher, it's almost like we can't play a game without him inside. Because anytime he comes in, he always puts in a performance. He's always there, and he's mostly one of those players who is always doing whatever it takes as a Chelsea player to make the team galvanized, if I can say. Because I've noticed he's always putting everything. If we have more players like these players who play today, who actually want to be there, who are always playing for the bench, because what I saw today is something that I haven't seen in a while. If we can look at the game we played versus Wolves at Molineux last year, we didn't see anything because the players, they didn't play as if they are playing for the team. They didn't play like that. It was almost like we had a bunch of individuals who are just playing there because they just wanted to do anything which is going to benefit them themselves. But when you see players like Gallagher, players like Gusto, players like even Disasi, you're actually proud that you have these players because they want to be here at the club and they put whatever effort they have just for them to make sure that the team is playing very well. I just don't understand for most of the Chelsea fans right now. Everyone is battering Pochettino, saying the the substitutions he put were not good. If you can actually look in a realistic point of view, there is no team which can actually attack for 90 minutes. It's impossible. Even Manchester City, they usually try so hard to finish the game within the first half, or they usually pick up in the second half because they themselves, they know you can't attack for 90 minutes straight. This strategy which Poch actually brought today, whereby he plays in the first half, then he substitutes the players earlier so that he can actually hold the lead. It was actually a very good strategy which he put, because I think if we continued attacking those other holes which were there within the team, and those kind of small plots where players like De Bruyne or even Haaland can actually use, that is going to be like one of the reasons why we would have lost, because these guys would have come in a bit much more powerful than us. So I'm just happy that all these players, they are actually playing for the coach and they want to be there. They are playing for the bench. At the moment, I don't think we should actually sell Gallagher because he's a pivotal game player for us right now. So I'm just happy that what he showed today is something which we have been seeing all these games before, whereby he's actually putting in that big performance. So that's what I can say. I don't know if people agree, but that's my perspective.
Just 1 second.
Well,
Okay, Gallagher
to
is a
be honest,
very important piece of the puzzle. And if people aren't paying attention, that's when they conclude that the club will, you can say, the manager should drop him. Whether you like him or not, he's a Man, it is the most important player, and it's clear for everyone to see. Go ahead, Roger, with what you wanted to say, and if you can
Yeah.
quickly also address what we have on the screen because it's directed at you or me, and I'll leave it to you to address it. I know he prefers hearing you answer his questions, so let's go with that. You addressing that once you're done with what you want to say.
Yeah, firstly, I kind of somewhat disagree with you, Coach. I don't think he's our most important player. I think currently I get it because who do we have to come on in place of the three starters right now? Yeah, we have Cassidy. I get that, but there's no depth. So I get the importance of him, but we still have a plethora of young players, that I think can, let's put it this way. If we have the opportunity to sell him, not that I'm an advocate of that, I'm not. But we've got Carney, we've got Romeo Lavia, technically Santos could be potentially. Leslie's a couple of years away. And then there's obviously Cesar Casadei, If we can get X amount of pounds or dollars for him, and that would help us immensely in acquiring a number 9, a clinical number 9. I'm talking about a proven commodity like a Tony or a Kane, someone of that ilk, not someone that is a long-term project. Then I say it would behoove us to do so. It really would. However, listen, he does have many positive attributes, and I think he's a vastly improved player from this time last year. He really is. I get it. And you know what? He's nowhere near his prime. I mean, how old is he now? 24 years and 11 days. So what does that tell you? Yeah, he can only get better. And more importantly, he's available to play week in, week out. So I get it, but I don't believe he's our most important player. It's always the goalkeeper, Coach. Always. Never forget that.
And
but
that's coming from the chairman of the Goalkeepers Union. Yes, my point is, if you're going with the manager's selection process pattern overall, he hardly drops them. That's the perspective I'm seeing it from. Do I think we can do better than Gallagher in the number 10 role specifically? Oh, yeah. But right now, his people to the way the manager
10.
likes to approach the game.
He's
traditionally, he's not a 10.
Yeah, just like I say,
if you ask me, Roger, I'm sure. And I'm quite sure, Roger, you've heard me make this argument. Gallagher actually would do better on the flanks for us.
Yeah, he's a
because
number 8.
Defensively, he will track back to help. Offensively, do well, just as he did. I've always referenced his days on loan at Crystal Palace, how well he did for them throughout the season. He wasn't in and out of the form. He performed consistently for them until he returned to Chelsea. But go ahead with what you were saying.
Yeah, Coach, let's be really honest here. We are utilizing a formation that doesn't suit the players we have. We have so many number 8s. We have a Carney, we have a Gallagher. Listen, even Moises is not a number 6. He's a box-to-box. He's a number 8. Lavia is not a 6. He's a box-to-box also. Leslie is a number 6. Okay, we have one prototypical number 6. Let's be honest here. This formation doesn't suit the personnel we have, the personnel profile of a player. That doesn't mean they can't coexist and play in this formation, but I believe a 4-3-3 would better suit us based on the players we have. But listen, I don't have my coaching badges, so who am I to say? Just give my opinion. As for that question, no, not a young centre back. Listen, assuming, I know this is a big assumption here, but if we can have Wesley Fofana return and be healthy for the season, then I don't include Malang Sarr in this equation. So we really have 6 centre backs. You've got Badiashile, Chalobah, assuming he stays, Colwell, Disasi, Fofana. Well, that's 5 because Silva's going to be going. So maybe we do need to get one more because that will allow us the flexibility of playing with the back 3.
Chalobah is also great.
Yeah, Well, we don't know that yet, but there's a strong possibility.
Yeah,
Listen,
and that's true. We don't know that. That's because if he plays and does well, he stays. Why sell him?
yeah. Well,
No,
there's
but
also the
they have to sell him. They have to sell him because I don't think so. Gallagher is going, so they have to sell other players
sure.
so to
Who
make money.
knows
So
though? But yeah,
some
but don't
company.
forget, you're right. A business plan, unless we start generating revenue from other aspects, like having commercial deals, marketing deals, unless we significantly improve our financial disposition with regards to revenue, then this business model of having to sell players from the academy for pure net profit, then that's the only way forward thus far. So I agree with you on that. However, that
Yeah.
doesn't automatically mean that Chalabar leaves, you know. But yeah, if
No,
we
but
do sell, if
yeah.
we do sell one other player other than Thiago Silva retiring, if that does indeed transpire, then yes, we do need to acquire at least one more centre back. Would I want someone under the age of 25? No, I would not. Negative. We've got enough youth as there is. Listen to this. Our centre backs are 22, 24, 20, 25, 23, and then 39. I'm not including Malang Sarr, who's 25. This is ridiculously youthful.
But sir, it doesn't matter what we want right now. I don't
Of course,
think so. They're gonna bring anyone who is older than 25. It doesn't fit the project, as to say. And moreover, I guess
Well, that's
you
the
have not
one position that
included
I believe.
Alf Gilchrist
Sorry.
into that list. That bloke also deserves constant chances.
Could you say that again? I apologize. I was interrupting you. I'm so sorry.
No. I said that you didn't included, I guess, Alfie Gilchrist into that list. I mean,
No, because he's not a centre back. He's not a centre back. I know he is for the under 21s, but he's not big enough to be a centre back in the Premier League. He's a right wing, or he could possibly play a centre back in a back three, perhaps. But in a back four, no, he's not big enough. But I know what you're saying, though. I have him listed as a right back because of where he's being played. He's just not a right. He's just not a centre back. But yeah, I think this position is the one exception to the rule for this business plan, because this is a position that requires experience. You know, you're seeing that with a plethora of players. We're so youthful in that position anyway. One player older than 25. That's ridiculous. It's I mean, yeah, I understand the adage that if you're good enough to play, you know, age shouldn't be a factor. You could be 19 and be a John Terry. I get it, but that's not normally the case, because this position requires so much experience, because it's a very hard position to read, because you're invariably playing a reactionary role, if that makes sense.
Yeah. But the problem is
Go ahead, Tiger. Let's say before I bring in Jude with this question I have on the screen. Go ahead.
No, just a short comment on journalistic comment on that. The problem with bringing experienced players is these owners don't want to give those wages away more than say a 150K or a 200K wage, and all these experienced players demand high wages, experience, and you put on more high reputation to those names, the wages increase. So that's also a big bummer when you are signing experienced players who have some reputation, who are not playing in Bundesliga or some, no, I mean, who are not playing in Uber Eats League 2 or something like that. So if you sign experienced players, you have to give them 200K or 190K 180K like wages, and these owners don't want them want anyone to get above 150 170K, and that's why they are also considering to not keep Sterling and all, because Sterling is on 375 if I'm not wrong.
But I think you're going to see a lot of these wage packages actually being reset because of PSR, because of the profitability and sustainability rules. It's that simple. But it all depends on actually if they the PSR to be more in line with the
Yeah.
European
Again, so
version.
the problem is for the next 2 seasons. I mean, for the next season at least, the PSR is already in shambles, because if we don't qualify for Champions League the next season, we are getting a 15-point deduction for the next to next season, and a 2-window transfer ban.
How
So,
do you know
and
that?
because it's how FFP is structured. I mean, I can do a base analysis. I
Oh,
can
you're
do an
talking
in-depth
about in Europe.
analysis.
You're talking about in UEFA, the
Yeah,
FFP. Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think you're talking about
yeah,
PSR. I'm sorry. Yes,
yeah,
I
yeah.
understand
All
what
right.
you're saying.
All right, let's move on from that. Let's hear Jude's response. Let's not take it too into the FFP thing right now. Tiger, I'll come back
Sorry.
to you in a bit. Jude, if you're
Sure,
there,
sure.
Jude, do you blame Gallagher for not closing down Rodri? Roger, sorry, no need to apologize. I just wanted to let us bring it back to the game and
Yeah, of course,
you
of
can
course.
say drifting into talking about the FFP. Yeah. Um. Um. Uh. Uh. uh you can see the comment from the beautiful game. He's saying Coach Gallagher shouldn't have left Rodri alone in the second half. He should have kept pressing him off the park. It was working. Maybe he stops. If he did that and he stopped, maybe he got tired. He's not a machine, he's a human being. But let's tell you, Jude, do you blame Gallagher for that?
Thank you, Coach. I don't think I want to blame Gallagher for that because the intensity in the game was high, and if you watch very well, the build up to that goal, even if there was a man on Rodri, it might not have solved the problem because Rodri didn't take the ball and made any runs. He played a very good shot. So Gallagher might have been there and not be able to even do anything. So I don't think I really want to blame him for that. Not like he had the ball, he made some runs, and then um, those things happen in football. It's not possible to have everything closed down against a Man City or any other team. So, but I don't think I want to blame Gallagher for that. I'd rather blame the other guys who should have scored more and they didn't score.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it was a
I'm with you
great
on that
shot.
one
Let's
too.
be honest. I mean, it was a
Yeah, it was too.
rifle. It was a
It was.
bullet.
Yeah,
No keeper
and you
is
can say
saving that.
majority of the goals he scored. Yeah, majority of the goals he scored, Roger. A lot of them are deflected goals, but it doesn't matter. That's because if you don't buy tickets, you're not going to win the lottery. So he
Yeah.
shoots from outside the box. Yeah. Phil, do you want to add to that just with a minute or two so we can move on to the next things we have there? Okay, it doesn't look like Phil is there. Maybe he's not on his text. So we move on from that. This one here. There you go. The beautiful game with the Saints again. No, I disagree with him. Yes, but it took me a while to learn. Wow, that's some argument right there. Let's see what else we have here. He's still a road runner, but we move Heston. You can see it however you want to say it. I think he did well on today. And the road running, if that's what the manager appreciates about him, he's helped us win games on occasions. Jerry, you fall asleep with Poch and under your pillow. Let's see what else we have here. They are looking at the age of 20 for a center back, but I am pushing for another center back around 24 and experience. Roger, were you saying something?
No, I was laughing. Sorry.
Okay. I don't like Poch. He ruined my evening. Tiger knows that I am a certain a genuine feeling. Really, I still think you're being sarcastic there, but we'll find out. As genuine as held Dante and the beautiful game. Yeah, maybe. Let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom, then I'll try to get your subsequent contributions in the chat. Have some respect. Yeah, Tiger, you hear that? I only stepped away for 2 minutes, and then when I returned, it was already 1-1. The pain and sadness I felt were overwhelming. Wow, is that where your complaints about Poch stem from? The subs went good. We could have grabbed that win according to Maya. Maya, how have you been, bro? We need to talk. I hope you're okay. We needed to copyright Poch out so that a lot of people don't use it. I like the cooler climates. The coach is the one who likes the constant suntan. Nope. I am for on the part of the side of H positive, not H negative, and you're the one manning the gates for H positives. Yeah, we had to clarify things today because the upper side is H starts with an H to the lowest I started with an H2. No purgatory here. You say that you are there or there. Let's see what else we have. They keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. He is in the desert, isn't he? Yeah, I am. Very hot here. But that doesn't mean I'm going to the edge, please. Yeah, let's see anything else to address here. A world-class one. Let's see what else we have. Hopefully today was a preview of what we see on Sunday. I hope so. To let the manager do his homework. I think he did well today. We didn't just play with intensity. Positional discipline helped quite a lot. Some of the CFC forward passing to us was mad, and it reminded me of Sarribo, vertical tiki-taka. We did well today, and I'm going to watch that again and enjoy it even more. Bastoni, I like from Inter, young and a leader, and you can say his age, you can say doesn't matter, and that's because he's garnered enough experience. So the age of the player doesn't matter. We have to look at the volume of games the player in question has played, and that will be reflective of the fact whether the player in question is experienced or not. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom. Thank you guys for all the contributions. I'll try to get your subsequent contribution. Gala was used correctly today. Actually had a papers till he lost to Rodri and left him to score. You can. What if he didn't do the rest of the stuff you thought you believe he did good? Maybe we could have considered 20 goals. You don't know. So give him credit. And I wouldn't judge him for not closing down if that's what you believe. Could have stopped Rodri from taking a shot. Good keepers are known for the big hands and the better for holding all their else. Roger. Wow. I like that. But I'm going to scroll to the very bottom, people. I will try to get your subsequent contributions in the chat. I appreciate you all. Much love. As much as I like to interact with you, I cannot get everything in the chat. Porch ruined the Jersey, so I'm not sure how to feel right now. Better figure it out. Jonathan Ta, Leverkusen best CB right now. Do you think they'd sell him? I don't think so. What a painful evening. Thank you and good night. Let's see what else I have here. Just give me a second here. I am WhatsApp talking to my friend. I'm gonna try to decipher that. I'm gonna try to decipher
Rich money
that.
makers. Yeah.
So yeah, what we're getting any points deduction even if we miss Europe this season, and we are not getting transfer banned. So please don't worry. Yeah, let's move on from that. We're not here to talk transfer, but Tiger, if you feel like you need to respond to that, you go ahead.
I mean, I can't even say that time will tell because I don't want it to tell. So yeah, I mean, hope so you are right and I'm wrong. What else to say?
Yeah, Ugochukwu is also 6, either in the double pivot or as a sitter. Yeah, he's traditionally a 6, and that will go a long way. Coach, was that young? Was that you posting an AI picture on YouTube community? Yeah, I use AI a lot. It makes the work a lot easier for me. But in terms of image generation, I use that a lot, and I've mastered how to use it. So I like that. It's not easy. It's a lot of misspellings. So you have to master the art of getting it to spell words correctly when you're generating images. And there's a lot for you content creators out there. Google has Gemini now. Yeah, you can use Google Gemini to generate image. Actually, directly in Google search, you can ask it to generate an image for you. But if you go directly to, if you go to Bard, BARD.google.com, you can also use it to generate image. Yeah, so I used that. Good night to you too, JC. See you next time. Hopefully we are more clinical against it. We'll be more clinical against Liverpool. So Poch hates can come down. If that comes down, I'll take it. I have my opinion, but if he does well, I give him his flowers. And hopefully, long may the sort of performance we saw today continue. But we need to, stop putting away our chances. That will go a long way. We can lose 3 in a row to Liverpool. We cannot lose 3 in a row against Liverpool. Pardon me misreading that in the first place. Which AI I did my logo, but yet the spelling coach, I cannot get just a perspective. One, it's difficult. You have to do multiple tries to get it to spell things correctly, and I think that's on papers. Because even jumbling up the Chelsea badge not to look exactly like Chelsea badge is them avoiding getting sued for that. If that makes sense. So sometimes it gets it correctly, sometimes it gets it wrong. It depends. We cannot start. I use the Microsoft one. I think they've changed the name actually. But just use Bing.
Copilot.
Co-pilot, yeah, that's what
Co-pilot.
it's called.
Yeah, I use
Yeah,
it
we
too.
cannot
Yeah.
start Palmer at number 9 against Liverpool. I hope Nkunku will be ready to start at the time. Tiger, I will give you some trusted journalists to listen to. Okay, good. You should use the letter H for AI logo. Good night, coach. Good night to you too, brother. Thank you for participating. The AI kept generating H, which means it recognized the fact that you're going to the H negative place, if that makes sense. So anybody else on the panel before I go to Roger to round up the show for us, so we can call it a day. We've tried good conversation as usual. All right, Roger, maybe it's you. Any other question you want to ask us before we call it a day? Or Roger, let's hear you talk about Petrovic today. Did he do well enough, in your opinion?
Yeah, I thought he had a first.
I would like to. I would like to add to that question. Should Sanchez it's addressed to Roger sir as well. Should Sanchez ever wear those gloves for us when Petrovic is fit and healthy?
I don't believe so. I believe I've seen enough of a large enough sampling size from Petrovic. He looks far more composed with his feet. His distribution is excellent. His shot stopping ability is equal, if not better, than Sanchez. His aerial ability to come out, punch the ball, collect the ball has been very solid. Today, in the first half, it looked like he completely misjudged the ball. But then when they showed back the play, I believe he was impeded. So it was a foul anyway. It wouldn't have happened. And the only reason why he couldn't punch the ball out with his right hand is because it was being knocked down. So it was a foul. So listen, today was a wet and windy day. Very, very normal for Manchester at this time of the year. So I think he's been a very consistent and solid goalkeeper for us in his approximately 20 starts, give or take. I'm
One
very
more question
pleased
to
with
add
him.
to that. I know you still have to answer Tiger's question. Do you think we're actually not rating him as we should just because we didn't spend $1 billion on him?
No, it's irrelevant to me. The player is not responsible for the purchase price that he or
It's in
she
the
holds.
market,
Yeah, it's between the buying club and the selling club. It's that simple, you know. It really is. Just like Kepa. Kepa. Listen, if Kepa cost only 10 million, people will be off his back. But because he cost 72, people were up in arms. He has nothing to do with this price tag. It's that simple. Other than playing at the level that is deemed necessary by the purchasing team, that's it. I think
Roger. Roger, I personally think Cochila's question was more, double faceted. I mean, he actually tried this. I mean, I'm just saying, Coachila can correct me if I'm going the right way or not. And this is my question: if it was not what he meant. Sometimes, most of the times, what happens is, when you buy a player for say 60, you just gave an apt example of Kepa. When you buy a goalkeeper, let's say for 72 million, there are high expectations, yes, but when he performs, that 75 million price tag also pulls in some positive affirmations. But what happens that when you buy a player which is, say, cheap in terms of value of money and exchange, even if he performs out of his skin, people don't rate him enough as compared to a player you will buy at 70 or 60 million. So there is this
Very
big
correct.
very contrasting effect of prices in the market, which Cochila, I
human
guess, was trying
nature.
to. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And I've actually seen some Chelsea fans argue that he's no upgrade from Sanchez. And you could argue that's down to the fact where we bought the league we bought him from
I
and how
will
much
go
we
on and
paid.
say he's an upgrade over Kepa, the last Kepa we saw.
Yeah, to that extent. Yeah. But Roger, go ahead with what you're saying.
Listen. I'm not sure about Kepa's entire career, but in my opinion, the last season Kepa played for us, he was outstanding. I thought he was solid, to put it mildly. His distribution was sublime, one of the best. You're looking at, for instance, Liverpool's keeper and City's keeper, two of the best in the world. And yet, have you seen the mistakes they've had this season? Multiple mistakes leading to goals. It happens to the best of them. So currently, right now, I think he's played excellently. When you consider new country, new coaching staff, new league, etc., he actually had to jump in at the deep end, so to speak. And I think he's acquitted himself very well, especially when you consider his defensive line is not exactly world class per se. You know, there is no John Terry back there. Yeah, you have to look. When you put all these different factors into place, I think he's done very well thus far. To a team that has not exactly been, running on all cylinders, so to speak. So yeah, I think I think if anything, he's calmed down, and I think he's added a sense of security for our defense. Is he the finished article? By no means, no. But I think when you consider where he is in his career and his age, think about this.
Yeah.
This position.
In goalkeeper times he's still a fetus.
Yeah, he's an embryo. He is. He's embryotic in his position. You usually don't reach your peak until you're basically in your mid to late 20s, and he's far from that. So I'm very pleased with him.
Yeah.
I think I would not want to see Sanchez play other than rotational purposes or injury.
I wouldn't either.
Roger, so will you take say, who is he, David De Gea in summer for a free transfer?
No, for depth maybe.
So Petrovic is enough for us for the next few seasons, in your opinion?
For depth, but I don't think he would want to be as a backup. Listen, he does have a few errors in him, but historically, over his tenure for Man United, I think four seasons out of the 10 or 11 he played, he was Player of the Year for them. He had an outstanding and stellar career, but I don't think. No, he's not a bad alternative for a backup, but as a starter, no.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be Sanchez and.
Yeah, unless Sanchez leaves, then we may have to look in other directions. Sorry, Coach.
All right, no problem. I'm going to catch up with what we have in the chat. If I see any important question there, we'll try to address it, and we can call it a day. Good night to you too. Abbas Petrovic out. Yeah, go ahead with that one. David Dirty Sanchez in. I don't think he comes in. The signs are good for Petrovic. If the manager does that, then lots of questions will be asked of him. In the summer, I would say Sanchez out. Qatar loss is saying get rid of Sanchez permanently. Let's see what the club does. Constantine just answering the question there. Let's see. Sanchez will be the new Bettinelli, possibly, given well Petrovic is carrying himself. That little mustache Petrovic has needs to go. Why? Does it bring us bad luck? Do you know
facial merchant?
A lot of teams were targeting Sanchez when he was playing for us. So I keep Petrovic. Petrovic should keep his place, in my opinion. Let's see anything else to address here. Good night to you, Mabas. Let's see anything else to address. A lot of stuff there. Okay, that's me there speaking. The players trust Petrovic, but they don't trust Sanchez. His Declan Rice assist was world class. That was crazy, really. And before that, a lot of our mistakes from Sanchez went unpunished. We didn't get punished because before that, what's his name? Declan Rice goal. He's made a couple that could have led to us conceding goals. And Petrovic hardly makes such mistakes. He pushes forward if he doesn't have the space to take his time to pass the ball. Sanchez is the taller version of Kepa. I think I'd take that too. Let's see what else we have here. The final nail in Poch's coffin will be Sanchez when he brings him back on. You could argue that.
If he brings him back, even if Petrovic is fit and fine and healthy, I mean, that's just being incompetent management, nothing else.
Yeah. I test alone says it a lot. Coach, we need an emergency election for the fraudulent goalkeepers political party. Roger out. Wow. I want to know players leaving Chelsea in the summer. No way to tell. The speculation is that Chalobah most likely
we can just speculate.
Yeah, he didn't leave in January because he was
I mean,
injured at the time.
coach, the list is long. If you just start speculating, it would be Lukaku, Malang Sarr because he's there. He has to leave.
That's for certain. We know those. But in terms of the players we've
Trevor
seen week in, week out,
Chaloba,
yeah, go
Gallagher,
ahead.
Broya, Trevor Chaloba, Gallagher, Broya, Matson also maybe if they, put in some clauses or something like that. So they're like
Yeah.
6, 7, 7 players.
Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna say I don't know whether somebody timed out night, but it looks like he's on holiday today because there are people using more than one emoji that I believe had he been at work, he timed them out. So I don't know. I'm gonna check. You guys forgetting that depth always have 4 goalkeepers on the bench. Yeah, exactly. Ramsdale asking for a friend. Ramsdale wouldn't be bad, but I don't think Arsenal. He's the Arsenal second
He
choice
won't
goalkeeper
come
right
to
now, right?
Chelsea. He won't come
And
to
I don't think
Chelsea.
he'd come to. I don't think. But if who can pay him, I think he'd come. It's a business for all parties involved. Plus, he remains in London if he comes across. But I think Arsenal will not sell him. When Kachila and I have both lost faith in Poch, there isn't much hope left for the poor guy. Heston, I'm going to say
You have
this.
lost faith in Poch?
I did the Poch out video, but Heston, but that's my
When did
immediate
this happen?
planning.
Oh my god, I missed so
My
much.
explanation is that he's not the man for the long term.
You see what I have to put
That
up
I
with
guess
here?
we all
You
understand.
You see what I have to put up with here? He's Poch out.
Jerry, why are you putting me on the spot here?
But that's like we're Poch out for the Club World Cup in 2025, right? Not for this season. Yeah,
Let's see.
I guess
Heston, I have my
yeah.
reasons behind that. You need to go watch the video to understand the
I'll
context to
do
their
it.
food. Listen, he's still our manager. I support him, and who knows, he can improve. The manager who did worse
If
than
he
him,
wins
then
the
I
FA
know.
Cup, if he wins the FA Cup and Carabao Cup, I mean,
No,
I
I'm not
think
just
he's
gonna
going
judge
to.
him by him winning the FA Cup. Let's get that straight right now. There are a lot of things that I have to look at. He has to perform against, you can say, the difficult managers such as the Wolves managers that don't come to play, that are so pragmatic.
You don't rate Pep as a difficult manager?
Not really. I've always said
Okay.
No, I've always said it. You can say Liverpool and Manchester City. Those are the games I'm not too worried about. Really,
Unai
I want
Emery
us
is
to
also not
beat.
a difficult manager.
Not Unai Emery. I give him credit. He's
Not
an
really.
excellent manager, but there are the sort of games I want us to win and win convincingly. But that's a discussion for another day.
Understood.
I'm trying to round up as soon as I can. This guy, I give him the iPad to play with, but when the commercial comes on, he's not able to skip it. He starts calling on me. I don't like Spanish goalkeepers. They tend to flop at Chelsea and in the Premier League. Okay, a flop literally. Let's see. Roger, I cannot wait to watch ESPN and see what they will say today. I think if anybody says Chelsea didn't play well today, then they're not being truthful. Chelsea played well to the extent I agree we should give the manager credit. Sanchez and Poch enjoy the same bottle of red wine. Let's see. Hassan, nice to see you. Burkic, thank you for that comment, for that blue hearts there. The beautiful game is a Roger hater. Maybe not, but he wants Roger to go to the H negative place, and I don't see that happening. Roger, if anything, purgatory. I would say that, not
purgatory.
Australia, but Romanian. Roger, too soon, like you would ask. You don't like that one.
But on a serious note, no one really hates anyone over here. This is a kind of a family, so all opinions respected.
Yeah, no, I think we know. We're just playing around.
By the way, can I just say something? Richard Moneymaker, you're so right. I can't wait to listen to the ESPN crew because they all probably predicted we're going to get massacred. Yeah, I totally agree.
Here for me, it's NBC. But I think I'll find a way to listen to them. If there's a link on YouTube, please send it to me. Let's hear them. That's where we usually see former Chelsea players on there, right?
Yeah, coach. In addition to what Roger said about the ESPN guys, we have 2 Chelsea guys there. Frank Leboeuf and the other guy from his island.
Sturridge.
Eh?
No.
Very Sturridge.
No, not Sturridge. The guy from Ireland.
Irish guy. Irish.
Yeah.
I don't know him.
Yeah. Okay. He too. I think Okay, I know he's British though, but you know the thing is this: those guys, the way I see them, because I follow them very well, I don't see them like they are anti-Chelsea. I think they are just annoyed with the new owners. How do I call it? Low standard of signing coaches and all that. They are annoyed. They still have that love for Chelsea, but the things that is going on is annoying them. That's why they react that way at times. But when you really talk about
But
haters,
would you say,
they are
when
Sky.
you say, Jude,
Hmm?
yeah, when you
Yeah.
say that their annoyance, they're annoyed to an extent that it clouds their judgment, they're not able to be objective sometimes.
You are right. I notice that sometimes. But anytime Chelsea plays well, they come back, they praise the players, and they be like, we wish you can just have a consistent run of this for some time. Not like the next game you're going to lose, that kind of thing. So you are right. Yeah. The annoyance clouds their judgment at times. But the real haters are those Man U, Liverpool
Yeah.
legends, the
Steve
Skies.
Nicol. Steve Nicol is really bad. Julien Laurent, the journalist, so biased. He's a diehard Arsenal fan. He's not objective when it comes to Chelsea at all. Neither is Steve Nicol, for instance.
Yeah, Steve Nicol is not objective, yeah. But
Not at
this guy
all.
I'm talking about, he played for Chelsea, the one that criticized the fact that winning Club World Cup is good, but it's not a big deal to him. That he rather have us win Premier League, blah blah
Oh,
blah.
Mr. Grumpy. Yeah. He was a midfielder for Chelsea in the 90s. Yeah.
Yes.
Is it
I forgot his
Frank
name.
Leboeuf?
No,
No.
not Frank Leboeuf. I mentioned
He's the
Frank Leboeuf
Scottish
initially.
guy. He's the
Oh,
Scotsman.
Scottish. Okay, Scottish.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot his name.
Mhm.
But yeah, so I totally agree. They definitely critique Chelsea way too well.
I mean,
I think
but
they're
it's
not
nothing new, you
constructive.
know. Media hating or media
Yeah.
publishing fake stories about Chelsea and United. I mean, it's so common in football, especially English football.
Do you know who does surprise me? Who actually is quite open-minded about Chelsea and is quite accurate in his analysis is Rio Ferdinand. He's actually not that.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
true.
which when you consider the club he played for, is not their normal, modus operandi. So
I'm gonna say Rio actually sometimes comes across as if he played for Chelsea, but
yeah,
we're gonna round off. I'm gonna catch
he's
up with what we have.
objective.
Yeah, I'm gonna round up. It's been drama for me in here. If you can see me moving up and on, on occasions
Yeah.
it's pulled off my ear, the cable to my ear,
Hey, coach, your
to my
pain
headphones.
is our gain.
Let me catch us so we can call it a day. Nightbird is in the H place. Revenge is a dish super soft hot. Yeah, and he's enjoying it, right? Nightbird gone soft. He didn't even show up to work today. Something is wrong. Coach, go check on your sons. Nightbird is loose. I think they're fine. The one that I'm mainly concerned about is the other two can handle themselves, the 7 and 4. Coach, why are you trying to flip-flop? Did you forget that you paid for your bus ticket with your credit card? I have I have the receipt, bro. Just go away. I'm not flip-flopping, and I explained everything. My point there, I'm still saying he's not the man for the long term. But if he does well, I'll support him. The agenda is so let's see what else we have here, Coach. Let's hope we can prove. Let's hope we can prove the ESPN pundits are wrong. I think they've been proven wrong on occasions. My concern is that they're so not happy to an extent that it clouds their judgment. It impairs their judgment, not actually clouding the judgment. The French journalist hates Poch, and he is Arsenal fan. Let's see. Craig Bawley is another one.
That's his name, Craig Burley.
Yeah, Hadley talks good about Chelsea. Coach would be perfect as a pundit. He's better than Grunsones as a pundit too. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes in the stream, people. Big up, Coach, chat, and everyone. It's been an excellent show. Rivals said that they don't know where our points are coming from going into this fixture. So far, we have 7 points from Palace, Villa, and City. I've always known the games that people think we're going to lose are the ones that we usually get points from. Take care all. And with that, good night, and everyone, including you, Roger, the funniest guy on the panel. Much love for Roger today. So I'm going to say with that, we've come to the end of the show. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and cheers.